Hello and welcome back to Dicebreaker, where today we are joined by Kieron and Grant, and we're going to be playing some Die. You know it, you love it. Well, if you don't know it, you're going to find out about it because it's live on Kickstarter right now.
And you will love it.
And you will love it. So yeah.
Almost like hard cut hours later, they hate it.
So I was like,
Oh God, the funding's gone down.
How you can't take away money?
We owe them money now. Who's that? No, you're gonna absolutely love it, and in case you don't, go and back it now. And
Come back. Yeah, just like it'll be a surprise. So that's great. But yeah, we're gonna sit down, have a game, and see what we think. So, Kieron, if you'd like to jump in.
Okay, brief intro to Die. Like Die is like the RPG is a sister project to the comic, as in we're working on both at the same time. They're both telling the same story of real world messy people who quite often play games together. They get together and they have an experience of a magical board game essentially, and get dragged into a hell world of their own fantasies. And then do they come home or not? That's the basic structure of both the comic and the game. And the way the comic works is, we're going to make a group of messy people and put them through their own personal fantasy world. And that's the fun of it.
Love that.
So we've already done the the safety structure. We have a ritual at the start when we go through and make sure everyone's safe. So we've got an X card on the table. We've done lines and veils and set various things we're going to have in the game. And now we do the first of our Russian nesting dolls, I think, the persona layer. Cool. The persona is your real world person. Okay, this is how we all know each other. And we are really going. This is basically Die Core, which is the basic setup of the game, but we've tweaked a few things to basically lean into the current situation. You all used to play fancy role-playing games together at school, all of us, all four of us, because I also get a character. Now, 10 years down the line, one of you is a superstar RPG streamer. Well done.
Which one of you is it?
These are questions we'll discover. Prompted by a mail from that old GM, me. They got the old teenage group back together one last time to do a nostalgic stream to look into the sort of game that got them to be the superstar gamer they are today. It goes somewhat awry. And that's our setup. So we're all people who played together at school. Ooh, okay. One of us, or one of you three, is a very, very successful streamer. I'm not. At least I'd say not to be. I'm fine running a game. I'm sure I won't be angry enough to drag you into a fantasy world.
That's what they all say.
That'll be ludicrous.
Just jam your finger in this USB slot.
It'll be fine.
If you wouldn't mind downloading yourself, that would be great.
Okay. This stage, I'm basically this is all done by asking questions to each other. Worth noting, I'm going to ask questions. The group should feel to, if you've got anything that occurs to you, I want to know this about you. Chip in. This is very much meant to be a free-form sort of narrative level conversation. Okay, I'm going to choose. Grant first, just because of course he's a ringer, and therefore I don't feel bad. He can show how it's done. Okay, why did the group get together? Now I've got some options here. You were the only kids at school who ever dreamed of playing an RPG. You were the arty kids from Drama Society or something like that, or you were detention kids and the smokers from behind the bike sheds, or something else. So I'd say definitely you'll have to chip in, but in this question, Grant is final check.
I'm getting some good noise on detention kids.
I would love to be a detention kid. I would love that. I don't think I'm cool enough for it.
No.
But
that's our role play.
Yeah.
This is why we play these games.
This is our fantasy.
We get to be cool.
I think that we are somewhere in between the only kids who are dorky enough to play role-playing games and the detention kids. So we misbehaved at school because we were bored.
Yeah.
So maybe like the reason why we're on detention is undiagnosed ADHD.
Yeah. What a mood.
I was going to say, how are we going to role play this difficult situation?
I haven't a clue because I've taken my medication this morning. But
you're so lucky.
I think I think that could work really well, and I think that as long as if one of us is too cool for school, it's definitely something which can be punctured.
Oh yeah. I mean, these all kind of you're playing nerdy games, all role-playing games. It's especially 10 years ago, it's different from if we think about real timeline. Let's say we're setting 2022. It's very different in 2012 still.
Yeah.
So
True.
This is fun. Okay. Right. I ran the game. What was the name of the fantasy world where our game was set? And I've got a list of names here. The Eternal Empire of Afan, the Fields of the Zephyr Children, or the Shadowlands, or something else.
Oh. Okay. Is this for everyone?
No, it's for you.
It's for me.
You're the final call, but you get to pick.
I do like the Shadowlands. I mean, if we're the kind of in-between detention kids who are doing this as like an escape, you know, I feel like we want to go to the Shadowlands.
Really edgy.
Yeah, super edgy.
Like kind of Wraith the... What was the subtitle for Wraith? Do you remember?
Wraith the ghosty ghost.
Yeah.
I like that too. But yeah, so I've heard that this is also your elevator pitch for this is Goth Jumanji, and I really like that, and so I think Shadowlands fits that quite a lot.
Nice.
This is proper goth. Like, and the third question, like, the school. Like, what kind of school was it? Do you reckon? Was it like a kind of like normal sort of like comprehensive school, a complete shithole? Or sorry, I forgot. I must have that swearing. I'll try to.
Oh yeah, if you can avoid it, that would be great.
Let's try that again.
Cool.
Okay, Maddie. Like, what sort of school was it? Was it like pretty average sort of comp? A place which is like basically a pile of rubbish on the floor, or was it like a kind of posh selective school, or something else?
I'm gonna go with a bit of a rubbish school. Nice. I think.
That's cool.
Is
that cool? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm good with that.
Cool, great. That's it. So we've got a group of, got these ne'er-do-well RPG kids. Now we're going to basically start thinking at the top level of your character. Like, at the most basic level, how would people think about you at school? And this is to all of you. So I'm going to give you a list of ideas.
Okay.
Academic A student, class joker, just plain creepy. A bully, a jock, so quiet you're almost invisible, an elitist snob, a tech nerd, a hard case, or something else. And I'll give you a follow-up question to this at the same time. That's the stereotype of you.
Okay.
In what way are you different from the stereotype?
Ooh.
So like, have a little cheer over this one.
I feel like I might go for elitist snob, and that like I very much like read the secret history and internalized that, and like my entire personality is like, yes, I read this really cool literature that you guys wouldn't understand. And it's just like the basic classic.
Did you get recently transferred here after something bad happened at your good school?
I probably told you that, yes. I had to move here.
I do like that. I mean, like, you speak Latin? Then if you're a secret history fan?
Yeah, I
speak
Latin.
Yeah. Fake Latin.
E pluribus unum, am I right?
Yes, I speak Simlish. Rob not to doubt.
But if we go, oh my god.
She says she probably can, but she probably can't.
Yeah. So why are you different from the... Oh, is she like a little snob but lazy? Is that why she's different?
I'm imagining like she loves the aesthetic and the idea of it, but like she probably doesn't actually really do much with it.
My favourite thing about elitist snob as an answer is like people define it in so many different ways. Like, you've gone that literary way, and other people go, no, they only play the best RPGs. Like there's all sorts. Snob's a good word. So you're like, that's why you're kind of different. You're like this kind of lazy elitist snob. Is that kind of it?
Yeah.
Cool. That thing I was going to say is like the second people actually know their character's real persona's name, write it on the sheet in front of you along with your real name, because it's like we're moving between different layers, and it's quite important to keep them straight. Cool. Liv or Grant?
Oh, I need to mull it over a little bit.
I'm feeling creepy, but maybe soften that a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Just slightly creepy.
Soft creepy.
Or just not very good at social. I mean,
Creep light.
I think
I love that.
My parents are. Yes, my parents are weird hippies.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And my parents are too nice. So I've like pushed back against it. So I think I'm gother than now.
Yeah.
In that element, and like so much of the creepiness is me trying to creep people out, but I'm actually not that scary.
Oh yeah. It's weird, like this is for you because it's one thing like it's in 10 years time as well. So like that's a classic teenager kind of like I remember being. It's the edgelord stuff, you know. I mean, it's not nice.
And like mum and dad absolutely don't care that I play role playing games. In fact, it's really nice that you're hanging out with people, Joshua. But
it's really expressive, and we love that for you.
But I'm like, no, it's about vampires and death
Did you hear that people are saying it's to do with Satan now, and I'm going to be taken into a cult? Did you hear that,
Mum?
It's called the Shadowland, actually. So
it's for grown-ups. Can't you tell? It's called the Shadowland.
Die hard, try hard.
Brilliant.
Love that.
Have you any particular preferences then?
Okay, so I was leaning heavily towards the drama kid aspect, just star of the drama club, but like it literally wants to play this RPG because they think it's going to expand their repertoire.
What sort of drama club has this bad school got?
Bad school, I think it's where they put a lot of the troublemakers, just like express yourself, just go on, get it.
Please burn some energy.
Yeah, just burn it off, please.
Can I throw an idea in there? Because this just occurred to me. Like, did the teacher introduce us to RPGs? You know what I mean? Like, here's a useful exercise for you to channel your...
Maybe when we're in detention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Or we're really into it.
we read those articles about prisoners who play D&D and all the stuff they do to try to play it.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like maybe he might have read, I'm saying he, but like, whoever they are would have read it. And they thought, maybe it can help these troubled children.
Yeah, like the guidance counselor or something.
Yeah, I think our drama teacher is also a guidance counsellor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely doubling up on jobs.
Oh yeah, no, this
and,
is
and also the
Probably lunch
gardener
lady.
and the gym
Yeah.
teacher.
Reduce NPCs quickly.
There are 2 teachers in this school.
One giant teacher, one giga
Oh.
teacher.
So many arms, an eldritch beast.
That's a great idea.
You might like role-playing games.
Yeah, I guess.
I pledge myself to you.
Metaphorically, it could feel like that. Anyway, and how are you different from the drama school aspect?
Different because I'd say everyone is because I'm still a bad kid deep down.
Yeah.
I'm still like I'm like okay, so Glee, the show, right? You know how disappeared.
Yeah.
So Finn was dragged into it, but he was like actually like a jock on the side.
Yeah.
I think that you came.
This wind in here is amazing.
It really is.
Or poltergeists.
Oh, I think it's that one.
I'll hold it down.
I think that she's popular, but she's like, I can do whatever I want. I can be in the drama club. I can do this. I can do that. So I think she's actually in with the cool kids.
Yeah, I think
that
like
makes
she's
sense.
just really good at lots of stuff. She's like
Yeah.
polymathy. Like the drama kids, you often think they're just good at drama, but no. Like I was thinking one of my mates at school who could do anything. You know,
Yeah.
he was really good at sports. He was good at drama. He was always that golden child thing.
Yeah, exactly.
What sport
She's
do you do?
what sport doesn't she do? Is the more
Love it.
important
Athlete.
question.
Yeah.
Exactly. She can run. She can jump.
You're like the one good person at sports, so they put you in like everything
Yeah.
for sports
Yeah.
day.
Exactly. And you're like, oh, here we go again. Like, yeah, no.
Attention. Oh.
Star pupil, star in every way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's-
So why are you in detention?
To be a good influence on the bad kids.
You're a plant!
I knew you were not.
You're not.
If you're a narc, you have to tell me.
You do really have to tell.
I'll never tell.
Oh yeah, you're here to help,
Yeah.
and you're not even the GM.
Are you like the child of the teacher then?
I think I could be the guidance counselor's child. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I think that'll be it. Oh,
Was that a threat?
This is fun.
Oh, I don't know.
that was quite creepy light, am I right?
Yeah. It was role play.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, this is to everyone. Everyone answers individually. Despite everything, you always love fantasy. Why did you love it? Maddie?
I'm thinking, so she's obviously an avid reader, and she probably really loves fantasy, and like read so much as a kid, but like now is trying to move away and be like, oh, I read like cool stuff, but she definitely has like a load of fantasy books just like at the back of her bookshelf behind all of like the cool books that she thinks are impressive.
What sort of stuff does she like?
What kind of stuff does she like? I feel like she likes something really wholesome, or not wholesome, but like something like Redwall or something. Just like she's like something that really isn't cool.
Something quite basic.
Yeah,
she's
just like,
basic.
yeah, just a really simple like.
And
She
what
read
do
it
you-
as a kid and
what do
like
you
she just
tell
loved
us
it
you like?
forever. Just like classics.
Yeah.
You know, just like.
Quite a lot of Russian novels and
Yeah, like, oh, you guys probably haven't heard of it, so it doesn't even matter.
probably haven't. It's like, it's like I haven't defined who I am. Actually, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's going to be an academic A student. I think I'm like,
Nice.
despite being this, but I'm utterly got this kind of, I've got a chip on my shoulder. As an academic A student, but I'm still in detention anyway, because I just don't respect my teachers, like in
Nice.
any way, because I think I'm smarter than they are.
Yeah.
And I'm mostly right, but I'm often not. I think that's the kind of energy I get.
Yeah.
I think I'm quite unbearable. I think there might be a good way. Like,
Love that.
Yeah.
that's the kind of energy I radiate.
You haven't learned how to reel it in yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is that
Totally.
kind of like unbearable A student.
Yeah, like you don't know where to place all of that, all of that knowledge, and all of that power.
And Grant, what about you? Why do you love fantasy?
Because the real world's just so banal.
and like it's just so flat, you know. Everyone's just waking up and going to their jobs, but in fantasy, like it can be about something bigger, you know.
Yeah. And
You can wake up and go to the tavern.
And the dragon's there.
Yeah.
Sick.
that's literally a bit of die there. All the characters when they go to it were 16-year-olds are incredibly excited about being able to go to the pub and
Yeah.
not be carded.
Yeah.
It's like, it's
Well, that's the fantasy I want to see. Yes. I think the reason she loves fantasy is because it's yet another place she can excel.
A new world to conquer.
Yeah, that's true. Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
Amazing.
They seem really goal driven, like,
Yeah.
don't they? So, like, yeah, the
Every
levels of goals.
I know we're going to get along so well in game, Grant.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
I already want to push you down the stairs.
Do it. That's the drama.
I'm going to write about it because I'm going to be a
No,
novelist. So.
Love that. She just wants to prove herself even more in this fantasy world. She wants to be the best at fantasy, which is not the goal of fantasy at all. She doesn't see it as a team sport, as a team building thing.
My elf ears are the longest.
Yeah, she wants to be the best at fantasy. Is what I'm
Amazing.
thinking.
That is true. How do I win this game?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
How do I win this game?
That's
Okay.
it.
I realised I lost a page and I was like, I swear there was a question I had to ask.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm going to go around the group again. I'm going to change the order though, because it feels a bit like just entirely jumping to Maddie all the time.
Sure.
What did you love and hate about playing the game with the rest of the group? Each of you. What was? How do we get on each of us nerves, or what do we like?
I really hated the way that other people wouldn't take it seriously.
Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
probably not going to play the fool
yeah.
in retrospect. But like people would like goof off and mess about, and I got frustrated when I was trying to get immersed into this dark world. But I really enjoyed the way that the GM never did any prep, and so would always just take my suggestions.
Oh.
Hint, hint.
What if you?
I just read lazy. That's fantastic.
I think what she would like is having her moment to like shine, but too much,
Yeah.
like quarterbacking to the extreme.
Not shining enough in your day to day.
No, exactly. It needs to shine even more. So any moment that she gets to show off and shine, she loves that. What is it? What she likes and what she doesn't like?
Yeah. What do you like about us and what you didn't like about
Okay.
us together?
And what she doesn't like is literally having to share the spotlight with everyone else, because it is a team game, and she never grasped the fact that you have to share the spotlight sometimes. So yeah, although those are basically the same thing. So should I come up with something else?
No, it's okay. Like
Yeah.
this is a lot of these person. Like there's stuff for me to mind, but it's also how you see yourself.
Okay.
You know, this is like the fun thing about this exercise. You really get to know your persona before you start playing them.
Yeah.
You know, and we all do, because that's like for me, for like a game, the persona doing together, you get to really see how they know each other and how you
Yeah.
because you can see the aggravation between
Yeah.
you two already.
I think it was a chance for her to like actually be herself and not worry about what people were thinking all the time, and like trying to like curate a concept of herself. She could kind of just let go a little bit, and she really enjoyed that.
That's like you seem quite like I don't know about anyone else. I'm interested. Like the mask of you is really interesting.
Yeah, definitely
Like
it
you're
was.
role playing in real life and role playing when you're role playing, you're not. Less so. You get to you know,
Yeah,
that's
really
really
yeah.
interesting.
The opposite. And then what she didn't like. What does she not like about it?
Was I really annoying?
Oh yeah, I guess
we
it could
really
be.
annoying? Like all of us really annoying.
Yeah.
Are we all basic?
Was it the maths?
Are we all too basic?
Oh yeah.
Is it
I
like
hate
the
maths,
actual
so we'll
rules
go
and the
at-
bits that you had to sort of pay
Yes.
attention
Okay. Yeah.
to?
Okay. I hate rules.
Oh, the maths is a good one.
Yeah.
Ain't that
That would
so
make a really
real?
interesting fool.
That's great.
That disengagement.
This is really good. And last question, actually not last question, but like one of the ones I think is key here. You all, like, despite all you being very different, all of us being very different kind of people, something we all love together, which wasn't fantasy. Like my immediate thing is a band, but like it could be an old artist, it could be anything. But it was something we really dug. Like, what do we all
Okay.
dig?
I want to pick something that all of us out of character know about.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Okay, I
so
love that.
I'm going to Google Redwall on the break because I know nothing about Redwall.
I have no idea.
It's just little mice having wars.
Now I know them, that's good.
being intense.
Weirdly, you've given me enough.
Okay.
What do you all dig?
What do we all dig? Because I think anything, artsy, like expressive, she would be into. So a band could be a good one. But
Linkin Park.
oh my god!
It's not quite right in the
Okay.
timeline, unfortunately.
You guys are the only ones that know I like that then.
I think we could all be into like we could all be emo kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which-
that's
which-
true.
There's a lot of, we're playing the
What's
Shadowlands.
happening in
Yeah, we are playing.
2012?
Hang on, what is 2012? I checked out from music at that point.
2012
I
is
was
still
making some
around.
What was I
Robin then.
doing in 2012?
2012 Did I start uni in 2012? Yeah, so it might be a bit
The
too
Olympics.
It's always
We're
going to be.
breathing into the Olympics.
late. No, we love the Olympics.
Yeah, okay, fine.
That's actually not a bad idea. Let's put that.
No, I can't pretend I enjoy the Olympics. I'm
I
sorry.
was say I don't know how to roleplay.
Okay.
Where do I begin?
I love the high jump.
Like
so,
rowing.
so 2012, you're looking like Skrillex.
I was going to say,
Dead
it
Mouse.
doesn't have to be contemporary. Maybe it's an old stuff we all do. Like maybe
Yeah.
some old, like
Oh,
your parents' random hippie record collection or something.
Some classic rock or something.
You know,
Yeah.
Like the Stones or something.
I mean, it could be the Stones. Like,
Stones,
Cat Stevens, kind of.
oh, that's interesting.
tacky horror films.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh.
What
B-movie horror.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
favorite
okay.
director then? Let's narrow it down.
Dario Argento.
You,
Yeah, I'll
I'm
go
gonna
with
say, as a tone question, are we sure you want to answer that amount of?
Oh no, sorry, that's my character's favorite
Yeah.
film.
Oh,
But
okay,
I
right.
Oh, sorry, right, I see. Sorry, I thought we were all going to pick our separate. No, let's not do that.
I'll say this is definitely you have a shared love. That's why I'm going
Okay,
for here.
right.
As a- Which may be surprising.
If you want something schlocky but not upsetting.
I always think of Friday the 13th as like a,
That's great.
like,
Tremors.
Also, we talked
Yeah.
about worms before, so it ties into that. I'm okay Friday 13th and Tremors. I think they're too good.
I think that those strike me as good touchstones. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, cool.
Also, like Dream Warriors, the third, not Friday 13th. That's a
Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the third Nightmare is very die. If you,
Oh, yeah, it is. That, yeah. I think we could all be into that one,
Yeah,
especially, yeah.
What, Hellraiser?
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah,
shit.
Hellraiser haunts me to this day. That's a great one.
I've never seen it, but that does. I know what it's
Yeah.
about, and
Yeah.
it is about dying.
it's a great
All
visual.
you need to know is
Yeah.
the horrible Hellraiser man.
Yeah.
I think we both.
Head,
Is that his name?
yeah.
Mr. Hellraiser.
Hey, Mr. Hellraiser was my dad.
Please. Razor.
I think classic 80s horror is the vibe, isn't
classic
it?
Yeah,
80s.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We
Okay.
can,
I'm into that in
play
real
with
life,
that.
so I'm good with that.
I can imagine all those sitting down watching one before a game or after a game. Yeah, this is fun.
Living Hellraiser.
And turning up with VHSs or
totally.
Oh, I absolutely
burnt
DVDs. This is the original The Asia.
Yeah.
So vintage.
I found this in my
So
in the
cool.
charity shop down the road. It's a classic. Oh my god. Yeah.
Right, this is the fun big questions actually. I've got to be careful which ones I want to ask.
Ooh.
I would say. Actually, Liv, this is actually kind of quite a. This almost ties into what we've said. It's repeating what you're saying.
Okay. Exciting.
Just going to go to here. Okay, you had a significant gift at school. Something with real potential, and everyone was aware of it. What was it? Now, we've sort of defined this bit, and the options are like, gifted writer, you won prizes. Incredible actor, you starred in all the school plays. A sports star, by far the best in your school. Something else.
Incredible actor. It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to.
Exactly, you can see you on the screen. Everyone knew that.
Yeah.
Okay. Grant, you had a goal in your life. What was it? Was it you want to be successful in role-playing games? You always wanting kids in a family. You want to be a successful, rich entrepreneur. You want to get out of this town and never come back. Something else.
I want to get the hell out of this
Oh
town.
yeah. As soon as I heard that, I was like,
You're
yeah.
born to
Probably
run.
wanted over that.
Excellent. You had a goal in your life. What was it? You were successful in role-playing games. You want kids in a family. You want a successful, rich entrepreneur. You want to get the hell out of this town and never come back. Or something else.
Probably the same. Probably wanted to leave. I felt like we probably all bonded over how terrible we thought the town was, and it was so much better than it.
That's great. These are classic ones. So I'm just basically I'm trying to skim which ones we don't necessarily need. I think this is good. I think like some of these. I think like I would normally ask who is smartest. Actually, who is smartest of you, Liv?
Who's smartest? Oh yeah, it's gonna be your character, right?
I was pointing at you because you were good at everything.
I mean, that doesn't mean she's smart.
I'm meant to be smart.
Think
I think
she's
I'm smart.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I might not be.
Because you're the GM. That makes sense.
No,
Yeah.
that would
really
make
get
sense.
it.
Oh no, because you're the poser, aren't you? Are you
Yeah,
kind of a
yeah,
poser?
I'm
Okay.
such a poser.
Okay,
Yeah.
then your character, I think, Kieron. would
I
be
carry a lot of
smart.
books around, but you probably never see me read.
Yeah,
them.
you carry them around like holding them to your
Yeah.
chest, like.
Actually can't read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot read. I'm illiterate.
This is a terrible school.
It's
Yeah,
a
they
failing school, we
failed
said.
me
Yeah.
truly.
They really have. No one's picked up on it. No
I
one.
love the covers. They're so cool.
Okay. Who's the best looking of us?
Who's the best looking? Interesting.
Everyone
I feel like
can
it's
chip in.
probably going to Liv's character.
I'm feeling either Liv's character or your character because it sounds like you come from money.
Oh yeah,
Because rich people are good looking. Yeah, they are.
Well,
They get afford
Well,
to
well, there's
She
that
definitely has
special.
like a fancy haircut. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
There's that special sort of puberty you get access to when your parents are very rich.
Yes.
it's true.
And I think that your character might be going
Yeah.
through that, and we
Yeah.
just have normal spots.
Yeah,
we
that's
got so
fair.
many spots.
Okay. Okay, Grant asks, who did people most pick on in the group? Was there anyone who got like leaned on a bit?
Oh, it's all Maximilian. It's the poor old goth that got picked on and pushed around.
Oh, because you're
Buddy.
quite easy to mock, I think.
I'm
Sorry,
no,
your character, your persona is
yeah,
easy to mock. We
absolutely,
need to get used to this.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a bit of a creep, that's kind of like
I think that I've set
ostracized.
up. Like I'm not quite creepy enough to ostracize fully, and
Yeah.
I'm not dislikable, but I think I get maybe a bit intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And you probably
so
don't try
quite easy
to
to
make
wind
people
up.
like you, like,
Yeah.
or like,
Wow.
just
Well,
like,
I mean,
you're trying, but we feel like you're not.
I think all three of us are trying very hard in
Yeah.
different ways.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make it look like I'm not trying.
I
But
feel
yeah.
like your character would be like secretly protective of the group as well, and you might put yourself in line of fire. a
You're
little
all
bit.
I've got.
Yeah.
And I really mean that literally.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I always want to protect you.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I'm keep this open. Like,
Okay, this happens every so often on a Monday. What time is it?
38.
38.
Ooh, what does it
38.
mean?
Ooh.
time.
Okay.
Yeah, sweet. We're about to pause for a second. I'm normally asked somebody. I think right now it feels like asked the group. Was there any romantic tension in the group? Anyone? Well, like it was teenagers. Was there any and also was it consummated? Not consummated. Was it ever like going anywhere?
What was the wedding night like?
Yes. Well, that's allowed. I mean, maybe characters could be married.
Oh.
Speaking as a 15-year-old boy, I fancied everyone.
I was going to say the
Yes, yeah.
teens, like,
And you are big. You're
everybody
creepy.
is an option.
And I am a bit creepy, yeah. So I fancied everyone, and then I was very early. I was taught from a very young age that was a problem.
Okay.
And in character, it's very similar.
Yeah. I'm calling my character Duncan, by the way. I've decided.
Yeah, I'm
good.
going
Love that,
Maximilian,
okay.
but I insist on Max.
Yeah, of course.
Love that. Love that. I think I wanted everyone to fancy me.
Yeah.
So I was like.
Only the weird kid fancies you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay,
and she
cool.
would be like, oh, I have no idea, but she knows.
Okay.
And also, I make all of my characters like LGBT because I am. So like, she has
Yeah.
like a weird thing with you, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
That
she's
was,
like,
some
what?
real
No,
tense, like,
no,
wait.
what? Really? No.
Yeah, I like that.
So
Yeah,
everyone
that's fun.
basically.
I was about to say, like, I think I'm unattractive. Sorry, not my character. I think Duncan's unattractive, and he's probably got a chip on his shoulder because I think all of you are basically kind of good-looking people, like in character. Like, I think even Maximilian's got sort of weird kind of.
Oh, no, like, really
I
gothy
think
style,
I'm certainly playing to a crowd, and to that crowd, Maximilian would be like,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool. But there's not
Yeah.
enough goths in this town to pull it off.
There never is.
But yeah, I think that like you're definitely smart as hell.
Yeah.
But you're not. Like, you're almost checked out about your appearance.
Yeah. If I'm going to go, I'm bi. I don't think
Yeah,
I don't know it's known at school, but like I think that's
Yeah.
definitely there. And any romantic stuff going on the table, or were you just in love with the books?
Love the tiny mouse.
Waiting for my tiny mouse to whisk me away.
Oh.
Yeah,
God.
she's probably definitely bi and like really just didn't know what to do about it, or like is just like, I'm just gal pals, just like
Yeah, just gal
really,
pals, yeah, totally.
just why am I sad when I have this really close relationship with a girl, and then I'm like confused. And,
Is this a bi chaos group? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay,
Always.
like that.
This is one of my tables. It's like
Yeah.
it's going to eventually become a bi. It's more drama.
Yeah,
more,
exactly.
More possible access.
Bi, all caps.
I've just got arrows between everyone now.
Yeah.
and it all leads to bi.
Yes.
Right. That's fantastic. Now, I'm going to. Time passes. It's now 10 years later. Okay, Liv. Do you remember that enormous potential you had?
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing you could have never happened.
No,
Not
exactly.
even close. Why?
Because I was definitely like, oh, I've set her up like this. She's not the famous streamer, absolutely not.
Yeah, I was about to I'm going to set this
Yeah.
up to start. Do you mind being the famous?
Yeah,
streamer?
that's cool.
And I was
Yeah.
like, it just feels for reasons the conversation will go. I think it feels right in that way.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you had all the potential, and you didn't.
Yes, I didn't because, why didn't I? Maybe she had someone to look after. I think maybe she has a child. Maybe she
that
maybe
makes
she
sense.
got pregnant young, and she put all of herself into raising her child. And yeah, I think that could work.
That's great. Honestly, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's quite. That's always really complicated. That's a classic die. Grant, you know that thing you wanted to get out of town?
Yeah. Just
desperate happen.
blow this joint.
Yeah, never happened.
No,
Why?
absolutely not. No.
This is so sad.
This is honestly, it's my favourite bit because the question answer. It's like here's an immediate character hook for you.
Yeah.
Grant, why did you never get the hell out of town?
Mum got sick.
Oh no!
It's actually is that a bit dark?
I'm
happy to.
I'm fine with that. That was
Okay.
going to be what I was thinking of that for mine as well. Yeah, no, I think that's.
Mum got sick. Dad left.
No.
Yeah.
Let's kill your dad.
Oh.
This is great. Honestly, I'm fine with that, but it's bleak and it's good. Is your mum still alive now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Mum's still alive. Dad's still alive. I'm not happy with him, but I get it.
Yeah.
But it has unfortunately fallen to me. Only child.
Yeah.
It's fallen to me to look after her.
It's like
and it's that thing. Like she's not an invalid, but
it's hard.
We need to have someone nearby.
That is hard. Okay, you know a dream to get out of that town. You know, you got it. Did it make you happy?
Yeah, that's perfect. I was 100% thinking like she went to uni, like she was like, this is gonna be it, this is everything, like I've got it, like I'm gonna be so amazing, and like she just felt so small. She hated it. She realised that like she couldn't actually do the English lit degree. She didn't know what she was doing.
You have to read. I know.
She was like, no one
Happened
wants
to
to play
me.
games and like bunk off. I don't understand. Everyone's taking this really seriously.
I've
And
got to say that
she-
sounds like a really different experience of university than the one I had.
Went to a really you went to like an Ivy League or something, and
Well,
everyone's like,
did you get into a good school?
yeah.
Yeah, imagine like
Okay,
she
yeah.
really like everyone was so proud and it was like this is it, like her life is set, she can see the trajectory, and she hated it, and like
Are we thinking like Oxbridge or like York, St Andrews, that sort of like one down?
yeah,
one
probably
down
not like
but posher.
yeah, she didn't work that hard, like
No.
she didn't get that good a grades, but like rich parents tutoring pushed her over the
Yeah.
edge, like and then
Having that
she-
support system
yeah, like
helps
just
a lot.
makes it a bit easier. But yeah, she didn't. She was like, I don't like this, I don't get it, like. and she
But then you
probably
became a
just-
streamer, and you still didn't make happy, evidently, because you
Yeah.
got out of town. But like, so is it just like what bugs you about like what's empty in your life now that you've run away from home? Not run away from home, but you've left home and you're still you.
Yeah.
Who is she?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe she just like dropped out, so she's always kind of like, I never actually finished it. Like, I
That's
like never
good.
even finished it. I've got this debt, and like, yeah, I'm doing a job, but it's like, no one really takes it seriously in my family, and like probably have siblings that are really successful, and I'm just there like, this is really cool. Like people online think I'm really cool, and everyone's like, oh, cool.
It's not like that. Just because you're a famous streamer doesn't mean you have the money.
No,
You know, that's the thing. It's like
well,
this
yeah,
is
depends how
education.
famous I am.
I was about to say, let's educate people. That doesn't, you know. That's,
Yeah.
No.
why does it necessarily
It's a lot
pay
of
for
hard
that?
work, maybe
Right.
not as much money as you would think.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Obviously, I don't need to talk about me.
You're such a big noise in such a small pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have like devoted fans, but just like not the
It's
reach
not
to like you're not getting
there.
sponsorship. You're like you might get sent some dungeon tiles.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so got the dungeon tiles here. Okay.
Did you do
Everyone's like, this
the
is so
focusing
cool.
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
Like, you're so
sorry.
lucky,
I
oh
just
my
do it at the camera,
God,
sorry, there we go.
You're living the dream, you're so lucky. And she's like, yeah.
yeah.
Like, I just ate.
Did you try to write
Crisps for
books?
lunch.
Did you try to write, sort of fantasy Redwall books, or is it all like D&D streams?
I feel like she keeps telling all her fans that she's working on a book. And everyone's
yeah.
like, oh, that's
Yeah.
so cool. Like, when are we going to see it? And it's been like 5 years.
Subscribe to my
and
Patreon.
no one's seen anything.
It's a monthly Patreon,
Yeah.
not a per creation Patreon. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I've got some new pages for the Patreon, and it's like never comes. Never comes.
Okay.
Some
Let's,
more concept designs.
okay. I'm going to go into it broadly. Just tell me a broad picture of life now. Like, it's 2022. Like, you've got a kid. What's your life like now? Give me a broad. Are you like married, dated, single? How's your kid?
I think that she has like a picturesque picture, like perfect life. I think that people expect her to be happy. She's like in a she's married. I think she's married to a guy.
Do you love him?
She did.
You don't need to elaborate any more than that. That's a perfect answer.
This is getting real.
Now it's getting real for you.
It didn't hit me until now. Yeah, I think she's got 2 children now. She had one young, and then she had one a bit further down the line. She adores them, like loves them to pieces. but there's something missing, and I think there's a lot of guilt surrounding that.
I can see that. That's great.
Yeah.
Like, Grant, what about Maximilian? What's Maximilian doing?
So, I make pewter jewellery for goths. So
Yeah.
and I'm quite good at it.
Nice.
I just don't care.
Oh.
Like, also, sorry, no, thing. I take, you know what? No,
You take,
yeah, I do care. I take pride in it. I do like skeletons, and they're holding gems, like red gems, or like the sort of chalices and that sort of thing. And I will then ship these on to like local goth shops. I've got a moderately successful web store, and so I'll do sculpting and molds and stuff. So like I'm successful enough to put food on the table, but I'm still in this town.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. And we know a bit about your life. We know you're a streamer who doesn't make as much money as people think. Anything else? Are you like, are you single, not single? Like, what else do you do?
Probably single. Bridge doesn't really know what she wants from anything. I was like, I'm focusing on my career right now, even though I'm like, what career?
Focusing on pretending to be an elf.
That's
Oh, I've been there.
really busy with all of these things, you know? So many things going on, but I probably sit, after my stream finishes, I'm just out alone in my house and what am I doing?
Do you have a cat or anything?
I probably live with housemates.
Oh, the housemates.
And
Cool.
they're probably not best friends. They're probably just moved in with random people to save money.
Like a
and,
hype house, or
Oh my god.
Right.
like a bad hype house?
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, in a discount stream hype house. So we were like, let's all move in together. We're gonna be so inspired, do so much, and I actually hate it.
Yeah, they're all
I'm
super
not
messy.
extroverted. This is exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just kind of just sit in my room most of the time with the door closed. And I'll have a cat. I'll have a cat.
I think I'd like to have a girlfriend I haven't quite moved in with yet, or who hasn't quite moved in with me yet. But I kind of want to have. I'm gonna put this. I kind of want to have made good a little bit, and I haven't got out of the town. But almost I want a little arc from being that creepy weirdo to actually he's at least ticking forward.
Yeah.
He's just frustrated. I guess that's not tragic enough, though.
No, it's like the thing about Diet is the group doesn't need, because if the parents is less tragic, everyone else's tragedy drags them down, because they've got to deal with everyone else's bullshit. Sorry, but they have to deal with everyone else's nonsense. And that's just go with what feels right. This is the game. It's who do you want to play?
Yeah. I think I'm used to playing absolute losers on the worst day of their life.
Yeah, and I think honestly, but the interesting here is how we perceive you will be different. Like my character, I think is I always wanted to write RPG stuff. I think that was always his thing. He's like a frustrated game designer.
Do you have those really big books of rules?
Oh yeah.
Like rules for stairs.
Yeah.
Gravitational pull.
Like difference going up and down.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, it's different.
Yeah, and you get a +1 for the first step because that's easier, and then there's a erosion. Everyone knows this.
You look it up on table 75.2.
I don't like the table being designed like a step.
There's a modifier based on how strong your knees are.
Of course. As a 46-year-old man, now I know that. And that's good. Okay, I think that's probably enough. Last question. This is just basically the setup is, of course, that we're going to do a stream game together. I suggested running a game for you, to show you where you came from. What did you first feel like? Sorry. Get me to pause to actually get the question right. What made you not want to come, and why did you come anyway? So why did you want to? When it first came through, why did you want? Why did you immediately think no, but then said yes?
What's your character's name?
JJ.
JJ. I was absolutely besotted with JJ when I was younger. I thought she was so cool. I thought she had everything sorted out, and if she only understood, the darkness of our soul, she could have been amazing. And then I grew up a bit, and I'm like, I don't want to face her again. I don't want to go back. And also, I'm an aging goth. Well, I'm not aging. I'm just I'd be 20 something.
Yeah, 28. 30's hard.
Too old to be a goth. So as the only goth in the village, I think that there's an element of trepidation about going back into that, but I am really intrigued to see how you turned out. Because I like to think that your streams have popped up on our Facebook.
Yeah.
I was saying, have you ever watched a stream?
Once or twice. I struggle with it, honestly. It's a bit high concept for me.
Okay, Liv, what about you? Why do you think no, but then said yes?
I think she was like, no, because she's embarrassed because she knows how seemingly well you're doing. And she was like, that should have been me. Why am I not doing that? Yeah, and so she's like super embarrassed to be like, yeah, cool. So I'm, I work in, I don't know where she's going to work. Maybe she doesn't work. Maybe she's just like kind of a kept woman, which honestly, that's the dream. So she's like, oh, I kind of wish I was where you are. The reason she came anyway is because she was eventually like, oh, maybe I can like worm my way onto one of your streams. And just be like, oh yeah, no, cool. If I do really well,
just saw me, they'd understand that I'm better.
Exactly.
Finding voices.
It's like, you're so not cool as well. Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
Who's looking after the kids?
Oh,
It's like
who have I got? Kevin? Yeah, Kevin's fine. Kevin can look after Brandon and Sandy.
Brandon and Sandy?
Brandon and Sandy.
I love that you've got names already. I normally have to ask them later.
Oh no, I got it. I got my
good,
family
good.
sorted out, yeah.
What about you? When I pitched the idea at you, why did you think, ugh, but then went, yeah?
Because obviously she does role-playing now, but back in the day, like, she probably just didn't remember the rules, like, would, like, just, like, muck around or stuff, and, like, people were like, you're not taking it seriously, and, like, she's kind of, like, now built a bit of a brand of, like, yeah, people want to take it more seriously and stuff, and, like, she's, like, high concept, like, has, like, a full, like, costume and a whole, like, idea and everything, whereas now she's, like, I don't want people to see me negatively in a bad light, and I'm like scared of how I'll act around all of you because it's been so long, and I'm gonna get flustered and my confidence will be down, because
we know
I'm scared of that.
We know the real you.
Yeah, you've seen the real.
We remember that time you cried over a boy.
Remember that?
Yeah, we were like really frustrated in game and like cried a bunch of times, and you guys were like, oh, you're so like sensitive, like stop, like it's just a game, and like she was like, I don't want that energy to come back.
That's right, honestly, because they know you.
Yeah,
I feel like you'll like regress a bit if you hang out with us. Yeah,
and you don't get to have the same persona.
Yeah, exactly. If I start acting like my stream persona, you guys are like, what are you doing? Like, this isn't you. Like, why are you acting weird? So, that kind of balance.
Okay, I think, does everyone feel they know the people really well enough?
Yeah.
Got it.
Good.
This is a great group of weirdos. I feel sorry for them all.
Yeah. Do you mind if I ask you a bit more about Duncan?
Tell us about Duncan.
Oh yeah. I mean, you'll find more about Duncan, I think, along the way.
Okay, cool.
But it's like, if you're like, you were very much playing in his world. You know, like, he was... I think he was quite strict. I mean, he takes ideas on. He doesn't do very much prep, but he's quite strict. And he ran a good table, and he took it very seriously. And he was always the kind of like, if you were going to analyse it, he was the one who always wanted to make it in RPGs, and he clearly hasn't. That's kind of the thing.
What's he doing now?
He's trying to make it in RPGs and not really having much money. He's kind of like scrimping on a very basic level. You think he's probably dated some people, but he's not very active on Facebook, if you know what I mean. Like, if you try to, here's the word, distance is the word I would use. He's still slightly prickly. Like, you kind of get, he's not good at social media.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's pretty hard for being an indie RPG if you're not good at social media. So that's the kind of vibe you get.
Are you wanting for money?
Yeah.
Okay,
I would say, like, I think it's like, we'll talk about, I think this part of, we'll get some of this, I think, on the table. But yeah, I think he's not really, he's not in a good, I mean, like, he's not in a bad place. He's not immediately, like, cry for help. But it's like, but also he's distant. I think distant is the main word.
Is this your redesign of the Shadowlands system which you're promoting?
I'll probably, like, basically what I'm sort of...
I'll stop asking questions.
No, it's good, because this is the sort of thing, like, what I'll probably, when we pitch it, and I'll describe the next bit in a minute, is like, he's trying to plan, he wants to plan a Kickstarter and launch his kind of on Shadowlands rule set, basically. And this is kind of his kind of soft attempt to get in that. That's kind of his, hey, I want to do this, it'll be fun to do, you know, and he maybe hasn't even mentioned this properly to you yet. So it's like, that's the you know what I mean? Like, so it's a bit, frankly, desperate and embarrassing. But still needy. I must say, that's Persona Genova, which like it always runs different levels. But if you're enjoying it, keep on doing it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We're going to do character generation next. Now,
cool.
What happens in character generation is we're going to step away from the table for a bit. Like, I think a toilet break's a good idea.
Yes.
When we're away, we're going to there'll be a couple of conversations we have. When we come back to the table, everyone comes back to the table as your persona. Just feel free to embody them, speak casually, and then we're going to go through and generate our characters as in-world characters as our people. Like, no need to keep like your people. It doesn't need to be religiously method acted or anything. It's quite casual, but like, and we're going to embody our people at the table. And of course, they're also in a recording studio because it's streaming, so that makes it easier for us.
Nice.
Perfect.
So
Okay.
that's what we're going to do.
When we come back in, could we swap jackets? I feel like I'm not sure I can get into yours. Well, we'll see.
And that's good. So like, step away for toilet break, and we'll come back, and I'll have to do some very quick thinking of what classes you're going to be. Hey. Thanks.
Hey.
This means a lot to me, honestly.
I can imagine.
How's your mum?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Good. I mean, good. Yeah, good for you. Like, and it's our star.
Oh yeah, no. It's so nice to see you both again. It's great to see you.
It's been too long. I mean, how? Oh.
Hi guys.
Do we all have to stand as you enter? Is that how it works?
Yes.
Great to see you. Great.
Oh, you guys are great.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This setup is so fancy. It's like so glamorous.
I know.
Like, look, soundproof.
Yeah, no, it's just like, we just use it sometimes, but
Oh wow.
Well, just
so casual
sometimes.
about it. Yeah.
it's not just me, like everyone in the group uses it.
Yeah.
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 Alright.
Ooh.
Actually, one of my people who are my followers asked me about, like, I said I was going to be playing a game with you, and they were so excited. It was,
No
it was a lot.
way!
It was a lot.
Oh, that's so nice.
It was a
Everybody's got
lot.
so many followers.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
great.
I broke the three figures last week. It was very exciting.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, well done.
The big old
That's big.
105.
Is this on Twitter? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So cool.
You should get it.
Yeah,
We
okay.
just, you know,
You should
like
get Twitter.
we like post stuff and like
Yeah.
see what you're up to. Like,
You do beautiful work.
Thank
People would wanna see
thank
it.
you, thank you. Yeah. I make piece of jewellery, by the way. I make like jewellery for goths.
yeah,
and
I've
stuff.
seen.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, okay. So I post on the fake. Oh, great.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
No, yeah, I've seen it too. No, it's really cool. I've seen everything that you guys are up to. It's
As well, they grow so quickly, don't they?
yeah. I think
Yeah. How old are they now?
10 and 5. So there's a little bit of a gap.
Wow.
but yeah, no, they're doing so well.
They'll be playing games themselves soon.
They will.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we played a few games ourselves.
Oh, wow.
They're really into it. We should start like maybe a little family channel or something.
That's so cute. You should do that.
Yeah.
After I finish the Shadowlands, I really want to like do a game that's more for a family audience. You know what I mean? Like, I really like, I've been working with so long, and I really want to get it out. I'm hoping this will be a big thing for the Kickstarter. You know, this will be really.
Oh, you're
helpful.
kickstarting it.
That's the plan. That I'm not
Is
very-
that's like you like everyone donates money, right?
Yeah.
And then you just run off with it, or
Yeah, that was, no, we ethically use it. We ethically source places to get the games. That's the important thing, remember.
I've not heard of that one.
It doesn't make much sense to me, but it seems like a source. A lot of RPGs do it, and it's.
Oh yeah,
I've got to try. Just all the publishers have turned me down, so like I've got to try something.
Are you kidding?
they're not. They don't get it, man. They don't get you're a genius, do they?
They don't appreciate the rules for stairs. Apparently, aren't fashionable now. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Well, and you always made us really roll quite intensely for stairs as well. I bet that was a big part of the game.
It was honestly
When we
like.
stormed the castle.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
How else are you going to simulate a castle siege? Right.
Right.
Steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and left and right. Yeah.
You do not simply walk into castles.
I wasn't sure if you
Like
meant,
from the film.
Like from the film we saw.
the stairs you step up or like the stairs between. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Oh, there's a lot of rules. There's rules for everything.
Yeah.
But this is it.
Yeah, you would no. Yeah.
I thought we'd be playing something a bit different though today.
All
'Cause
right.
do you remember like back in the 1990s there was this kind of like I wasn't sure it was like an urban like myth or whatever, but like these kids they were playing like a role-playing game in Stafford of all places, and they like disappeared. Like they were playing this game and no one found them. So
Yeah.
2 years later
Yeah.
they turned up again. Like someone must have kidnapped them or whatever. So it's a big kind of creepy satanic panic urban myth.
Yeah, I remember.
I found a copy of the game online, and I think we should play it. I think that'll be fun.
Like a little morbid.
I mean, but come on, this is literally the Shadowlands
I mean, the
crew getting
kids were
back.
basically all right.
The kids
They
are
were
fine.
fine.
Remember?
I,
Okay.
I think they all
Yeah.
came back.
Yeah, they all came back. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, they came back. Yeah.
So,
They
wait.
did those interviews.
So in real life, these kids disappeared
Yeah.
after playing this game.
Well, like they played. Do we believe this PDF?
Oh no.
It's probably just a marketing thing.
It's
right?
all
Yeah,
this
yeah.
sensational stuff,
Yeah.
you know. It's like Blair Witch that came out, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like it like I think they saw the kids disappear and they tried to tack
really
it on or
lean
whatever.
into that.
Like,
Yeah.
Do you remember the time that we watched that together though? That was
Yeah.
I was terrified.
standing in a corner for literally weeks. It was great.
I hated that. Every single time I came into a room, you would just be there. And I was like, haha, it's funny the first time. And it was like, kind of haunting.
So young. But I was thinking, like, of course, yeah, with the Shadowlands game, we were dark and serious. So like, this is a dark, serious, gothy teenage game. So like, I figured,
All right, yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
Okay.
Yeah, we like into that kind of stuff.
Okay,
Yeah. No. That sounds good. Yeah. No. Yeah.
okay, right. This is it's a bit of a weird game that we all kind of get character sheets. Like we kind of all get characters, including me, which is really exciting.
Okay.
Ooh.
We've got to do
You don't have enough power already.
Yeah, I know. Literally.
It's really nice little chest. I like that.
It's a
Really.
cute little
Yeah, that
bit.
is cute.
So let me just check I'm doing this right.
Okay.
Yeah, you had to order these off a special retailer, but it's very strange.
Oh, you
Oh,
call
they
me
really
next
let
time
into
and
the whole thing.
I've got some.
Yeah.
I can help you out.
So we all get specialized roles.
Yeah, it's weird. Look at this. This is the ritual. I'm sorry, I've got to do this. Let's
All
try.
right. Okay.
It's a ritual. It's a ritual role. Okay.
Max, this is your die. There's no other die like this in the entire game. This is special. Use it well, Neo.
Like for the Matrix.
Like the Matrix.
Yeah, I mean, it came out. This game was before the Matrix. It's really weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right, let's go this.
Oh, I'm some sort of cyberpunk. I thought you said this was a fantasy game.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very kind of a genre mash. It seems it's intriguing. Like it's
All right, cool.
not
Like
enough
a
stairs for
science
my.
fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sci-fi.
JJ.
Yeah.
This is your die. There's no other dice like this in the entire game. It's special. It's yours. Use it well, Dictator.
Thank you so much. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. Dictator. Wasn't expecting.
Yeah. I think, yeah, it's like Pandora. This is your dice.
Okay.
This is the only dice like this in the entire game. It's special. It's yours. Use it well, Godbinder.
Ooh.
Binder.
That sounds more
God.
Shadowlands.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds.
This?
Yeah.
I like the sound.
And I am the master, and this one is mine.
Oh.
Whoa.
Piss off.
That is
Yeah.
That was
It's
yours.
the rules. Honestly, don't.
I know you're the rules, so it has to be that big.
I make the rules. Listen,
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
you always were trouble.
Duncan's in charge.
No, you weren't always trouble. You were pretty good.
No, I was.
Glancing
Of
around the table at
course.
Pandora here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good. Be careful of the dice because they're very weird. They're like
Okay.
right. We're going to basically make our characters now.
Okay.
Would you like maybe like that?
Yes.
Okay. What it tends to do is, I think we should read our little our bios at the bit at the top left. It tells
Right,
you a bit
yeah.
about the class. So I'm going to read mine start. Who rules? The master is a magic user as a reality manipulator. Sometimes you change the laws of physics. Sometimes you change the laws of the game. Sometimes you change the laws of fiction. The rules rule, and you rule the rules, and you never ever cheat. Ever. Please, no, stop looking at me like that. So I think they're being sarcastic. So that's me, the master. Our professional, would you like to go first?
Let's take notes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just reading, like I've seen you read before.
But like professionally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's just, there's nothing to it. You don't believe in gods. They exist, obviously. You owe the fire god for that time he burned that fortress, and you've got that favour from the god of the wild when you saved her rainforest. But believe, that's a strong word. You don't believe in gods. You believe in tools. Useful tools. Because if you think about it, the difference between cleric and demonologist is the same as the one between freedom fighter and terrorist. Oh.
heavy.
It's pretty goth.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty
That's
good.
yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Should have worn a different outfit.
Yeah, quite right. Yeah.
Dictator.
Yes, dictator. That's strong. Right, yeah, strong choice of character. Okay, you read a sad story, you cry. Do you think that's sinister, as if someone has taken over your emotions? Of course not. That's just what art is. Anyone who's ever met a dictator would disagree. By performing, they alter other people's emotional states. Dictators play like a musician plays a harp. They can pluck the strings, they can snap them. Wow. In D&D terms, they are like bards. Okay, I've heard of that, yeah. If everyone was effing petrified of bards.
Oh, it's got swearing in it.
Oh my god. You can tell these are very teenage gamers.
Yeah.
There's no, you know.
Yeah.
It's times like I kind of believe they might have been teenage.
Yeah, you wouldn't get anything published like that these days, would you?
Absolutely not.
Ooh.
Neo, please, Mac.
Okay. Adventurers love gold. With all their propensity for taking anything that isn't nailed down makes... I'm going to take that one again, I'm sorry. With their propensity for taking anything that isn't nailed down makes them all thieves, which makes the classical fantasy prejudice against rogues a little odd. They all at. They all... There's some typos in this?
I was about to say, this literally is going through... this is going through like production, I think, at the moment on the PDF, isn't it? So this is the crappy online PDF.
Right.
So
I see. It's like,
Yeah.
sorry.
Kind of
the scans a bit.
exclusive version. Okay.
Yeah. So really look at this bit. Isn't going to be broadcast, I think.
They all want it. Why do rogues get the glances? But anyone who's ever met one knows why people are suspicious about the Neo. There's a special kind of gold, and the Neo's magical technology needs to be activated by this every day. If they can't find enough then, all their gifts mean nothing. They can't skip between shadows, dance through the sky, or punch a hole through a fallen's head from half a mile away. Adventurers all want gold, but no one needs it like a Neo.
I need to tweak that one, I think. That length is long. Anyway, that's who we're all going to play. Okay, everyone just briefly describe your options to everyone else, your look and your equipment, and tell people what you are.
Our character.
Like in character, yes.
In character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm playing the Neo. I have a billowing black cloak and sinister scarlet eyes. I think it looks a bit like the sort of the neon glyph effect from Twilight Princess, if anyone played that. So that was good. I've got a neon axe, which ignores guard, and a submachine gun. And
You chose the gun.
I chose the gun.
Not the pet.
Okay.
The gun.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I guess we'll stand behind you.
Please, no, that's fine. I'm sure I can get a robot horse later on, but for the time being, I have an axe which can pass through armor. Stuff like that.
Cool.
Great.
Yeah. So what have I got?
We need names, don't we? We all need names.
Oh no,
don't we?
you don't need names.
Okay.
Like it's a whiff. Just write your real name. Like
Okay,
it's,
sure.
it's like it's like signing your name on a contract, I think.
Oh, okay, sure.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
That's what the rules say. I don't know. It sounds ominous, but like.
Yeah, no, I kind of did a double take there, but
Yeah.
okay. Right. I'm my equipment that I'm going to take. There were options for like a rapier and like a dagger and stuff, but then there was also something called magical death touch, which I thought would be quite fun. So I've gone with that.
Plus, you can take it on planes.
Oh, well, there we are. So I used dexterity for that, but I won't get into it. And then my look is spectacular evening wear, because I thought that would be quite fun.
You always dressed. You scrubbed up well, didn't you?
I did. I did.
Always the
I'm sure you
fashionable
do.
one.
Yeah, I try when I can. But yeah. And then, do I discuss my emotional power?
Well, you just tell which emotion you can make. Like,
Oh, ecstasy. Ecstasy's fun, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it means.
that's what you did with the crowds, isn't it? I guess. Yeah.
I like to think that. Yeah, so we're just stepping into an old pair of shoes.
Fantastic. That sounds good.
Yeah. Great.
Maddie, what about you, Godbinder?
My Godbinder, I have gone for worn leather gear because I got a dagger or a set of knives. So I'm imagining just having a lot of weapons hidden in a lot of places. And then for my look to go with that, because I've already got leather gear on, I've kind of gone for like linen-y, like long pale robes. Like a little dress robe, so like my leather gear can be over it with my knives hidden
layering.
around.
Yeah.
Layering. Thank you.
It's fun.
Doesn't make defense 0, but we're doing it for the aesthetic. And then the god I picked is the Eldritch god. I've called them Nyx.
Nyx, that's good.
Great.
I am delighted. Okay. This is the weirdest bit. Like, I'm sorry about this because it seems there's so much into their rituals.
Okay.
It's okay. Everyone has to take their dice like this. Pick them up. Now, everyone
Okay.
sort of take it, hold it in front of you, like in a closed fist.
Okay.
I want everyone to close their eyes. On a count of, I'm going to count to 3, and then we're going to lower the dice to the table. Then you're going to put it on the table and just let it go. On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And open your eyes. Okay, we're somewhere else. Or take a second. Or are we somewhere else? Because we're actually in a room. We're still in the same sort of studio. Like, we've got a camera over there, we've got a camera over there, we've got a TV at the back, we've got lights around us, sound pressing in. But the colour's gone wrong. All the colours are gone just like crazily off. Everything's desaturated. It's all like a Linkin Park video. It's all very new metal. There's a sound in the background which sounds like screaming or possibly enormous anvils grinding into each other. We're sitting around the table looking like ourselves in the real world as an persona, and we kind of and we're kind of faded and weird looking as well. We're sitting around this table, and the only thing which is in Technicolor in this entire room are the dice on the table in front of us, which are much more beautiful than the real world, and they're screaming and calling to you. Which part I go, oh my god, it worked, it's real. I'm sorry. I grabbed the dice, and immediately there is a burst of sulphur filling the room and fire, and suddenly I've grown about 6 inches. Honestly, it's like I'm wearing enormous. It looks like I'm wearing amazing sort of goth boots beneath this billowing cloak. I've got a wind effect behind me at all times. My eyes are glowing in fire, and it says, "It worked. I'm sorry." And he teleports away. He appears to be spending a resource to do so. You're now left in the room, filled with smoke, and the lights are burning in on you like this, and everything's normal. Now we play as a normal sort of role-playing game, so feel free to go between in and out of character and however you find comfortable. And the situation is that dice on the table, the room like this, but creepy.
Okay.
Okay.
Kind of instantly look around and be like, did you guys plan this? Did you plan a thing for the stream? Did you,
No.
plan
Did you?
something?
I didn't. I know I didn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No.
This is your studio,
Yeah,
right?
and she'll probably get up and run around, look, and be like,
Yeah. You go to the door. You push the door. The handle's not working. It's and it feels like the handle's almost part of the wall. The door's kind of slightly painted
it's fake.
What's the difference?
When you touch it, pause a second. The second you touch it, it feels wrong. It feels both hot and cold simultaneously. You've got no idea how that's possible. The second Max touches the dice, there is a weird burst of light. Grant, describe your transformation.
Magical girl transformation!
I was about to say, you saw what I did. You have full magical girl ability to go now. Tell me what it looks like.
Okay, cool.
Did you become your character?
There is this massive burst of black energy roiling out, and then these sort of cybernetic bits come out, casting through it, and then sort of pulling up from the shadow is the Neo, with a big cloak and a whacking great long-hafted axe. Hafted?
That's what
Shafted?
we're friends here.
Yeah, wherever you wanted to be.
Holdy bit. Holdy bit.
Yeah. Axe on one side, which is like a neon-looking thing. It's and there's whoa.
You feel fantastic, honestly, and the physicality of it is different. You can feel you can do a backflip.
Yeah.
From standing, easy, and then that immediately is hitting you. How are you feeling?
I feel tremendous, and I can't quite believe this is real, but it's definitely happening. That's about where I'm at.
Absolutely, that's good. How does everyone else? I mean, obviously you've seen me transform. You've seen this happen. Okay, let's tell me what your persona are thinking, Liv.
JJ's screaming.
Yeah, that's great. Honestly,
Fully
in the
screaming.
corner.
In the corner, yeah, just sinking down to the floor. What is happening? And she's like, hey, Panda, what? This is. Are you playing a trick on me?
Checking the cameras and see if it's still streaming, and being like, is it still streaming? Is it still streaming?
Is
anyone out there?
Are you actually tapping the cameras?
I'm still on the floor. Are you tapping?
Yeah,
the camera?
I'm tapping the cameras to see if it's still
Come
streaming.
over here. This is fantastic. The camera's lens opens up like teeth, and it starts trying to snap at your hand. You pull back, and they're kind of the cameras start going cut. And the cameras are now, the two cameras and the TV screen are starting to lurch towards you like a Cronenbergian nightmare as you stumble away from your dice. Your dice is now nearby.
I would run and probably grab it.
You want to grab it as you're passing it?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Now you have a moment.
Okay.
Give me your magical girl.
I'm imagining with an Eldritch God, it's kind of like...
Oh, it's not. It's
or just...
Don't do anything with the Eldritch God.
Okay.
Tell me your physical transformation.
Okay. By imagining that kind of...
Oh yeah, you definitely
Feeling
like a
aesthetic.
cultist.
You can
Yeah,
have-
like
yeah.
that kind of aesthetic.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm imagining just like blackness just opens up in a pool around her, and she kind of just sinks in.
Nice.
And then she kind of comes out of it, and blackness drips off her, in her hair. So all her hair's wet and everything, and she's wearing these long robes, and it's all wet with this like black kind of water and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
liquid shadows.
Yeah.
In the corner, you just hear me screaming like, "It's like the ring!"
This isn't good.
Stop enjoying this!
You feel like you feel really healthy. You feel like I'm in a marathon. Like everything is good. And are you taller? Are you like?
Oh yeah, I imagine just like a lot taller and like more imposing and like
Yeah,
darker eyes and everything.
Yeah, you are that full-on living fantasy
Yes,
mode.
yes.
And this thing is lurching towards you here, and you hear a voice. You hear a voice in your ear. What did you say God was the name?
Nyx.
You forgot me. You forgot me. As little mice people. You pretended we didn't exist, but you knew we existed. And we're here now, and we'll serve you, and we can save you. We can make you strong and powerful forever, and we will gnaw on the bones of our enemies. Isn't that nice? We have fun, yes? And she says, do you want to stop this? And you feel the knowledge inside you.
Yeah.
You can actually choose to. You can attack this creature and
Yeah, I'd probably like scream and just like
unleash.
try and attack the things that are lurching towards us.
Fantastic. Do you want to try rolling? Let's just introduce the mechanics.
Yeah, okay.
Like you have a thing called scripture. And you've got a bunch of like free scripture. And you've also got miracles are one thing you do. Scripture's like more like spells, and miracles are like big cheats.
Okay.
Like scripture, if you basically just roll a base attack, you roll your wisdom dice pool, and you
Okay.
add the d12. So that's you've got a blast spell, which is pretty standard. So
My wisdom
Nice.
is 3.
cool. And tell me how many successes you get. So you roll 3 d6s and you add the d12 because you are. Anytime you're doing a spell, you get to include the d12. And tell me how many 4+s you get.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's great.
Oh yeah. My God.
3 successes. Now, their
Sweet.
defense is 0, which means although defense would subtract 1, whatever their thing is, and that's to get 3 hits. That's enough to blow that one of the nearest one to pieces. Tell me what your blast looks like, and tell me how it shatters over the thing in the room. Give me what this
Is this
element-
related to like my Eldritch God?
Yeah, this is using your blast of the Eldritch God. Give me an idea of what
Okay.
your blast looks like.
And I'm thinking it's related to like little mice now.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm imagining just like I like scream and I just like throw my hands out and it's like black rats kind of like run like a horrible like inky swarm and they just go and like go all over it like chattering
Yeah.
and like it's just like to dust.
Falls up, they fall apart. Brilliant, love that. Okay, that's just happened.
I'm trying to help.
No, this is really bad. I don't like this. Let me out. I'm done. I have a safe word. We have a safe word, right?
I'd like to appear behind her and just start like with the exact noise of an alien pulse rifle, start firing into the cameras.
You open as you're doing this, but you notice something. As it falls apart, something
Okay.
drops out of the thing. A golden coin, a beautiful piece of pewter carved, rolls across the floor. Now, Max, tell me like the first time. Give me what's the most that Max has ever wanted something. What's like love at first sight? Could be lust, could be desire. Tell me, like could be anything. What's the thing they most liked?
It was the timeline doesn't quite line up, but I'm going to just sort of
Just do
skew
it.
it a bit. It was an N64.
Perfect.
Nice.
Like the it was printed in that sort of that sort of IMAX see-through plastic, like color tinted. That with GoldenEye 007, and just absolutely just nuts, absolutely adorable.
Also, I imagine like you're in a Max's face pressing against the glass and the shock in that moment.
Yeah.
And it's when you think about it, that moment, that's what you bring to mind when you see that coin, and you want that more than you wanted in the N64. It calls for you with all you need. Do you want to do anything?
Oh yes, absolutely. What I said before, but whilst running forwards trying to grab the coin.
You feel the urge to slide into the slot in the back of your neck like an arcade machine.
Oh, cool! Yeah, like the slot. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the slot that's in that. Yeah, sure.
Rush hits you. It hits you hard. The first time you touch that controller. The first time that you did that perfect headshot.
Yeah.
The first perfect headshot you ever did in a GoldenEye. It feels as satisfying as that. And of course, you're just about to do a perfect headshot, I believe. Now, do you want to roll a dice pool?
Ooh.
Yes, I would.
Do it.
So this activates my gifts,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. So you give it back to me.
In which case, my gift is my melee weapon.
Oh yeah.
So the pulse rifle noise is just colour as I charge forward. And
Oh no,
stuff.
yeah, definitely. That's that kind of game.
And then the axe, like the neon flares, and there's almost like like on Game & Watch, where it had like 3 different animations, right? At 3 different places it could be.
Yeah.
It's like that. So I come and.
And we'll
And it
pause here for a
smashes in.
second because you've got to roll the attack.
Ooh.
Yes. Okay.
Your attack.
Yeah, let's see if it hits.
Yeah.
So does
Before we get
does
there-
that use my D10 as well?
Yeah, so you include the D10 because it's your gift. 4 pluses again. And tell me if any dice is a 6 or higher.
Unfortunately,
Not
not
this guy, but
that's
2 hits is enough.
2 hits.
You take him down. Describe
Cool.
Describe the blow connects and explodes.
And then there's it gets a bit game and watchy too as it's in the explosion, and then it sort of everything sort of falls back down and spin around.
That's perfect.
Got that.
Liv, JJ's having a time.
Yeah, no, she's
there's
super having
machine
a time.
gun noises, there's screaming rat monsters, there's
Yeah.
you with one of these things. It's basically crawling. Those 2 are taken out, and this one is now crawling towards you, leaning down like a tripod.
Okay.
Lascivious tongue rolls out of its mouth with a little maggot mouth at the end.
No.
In this kind of way, it's just horrific. And the dice is quite near to you.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
It's quite near to me, or
It's
is
near,
it?
it's near to grab if you want to.
Okay, yeah, I think she kind of looks around, and she looks around at everyone doing this cool stuff, and she's like, okay, maybe I have to try and embrace it. Yeah, sure. And she's like mumbling to herself, and she's like scrambling around looking for the dice, and then she'll
Fantastic. Touch it.
Grab
Now, give me the moment.
yeah, I think it's more traditional magical girl
Yeah.
because
yeah.
she is transforming into her spectacular evening wear. So I think she her eyes close and then open. They're bright gold, and and she's like lifted up into the air, and she's like glowing. Her fingertips are glowing, and she spins around, and she's suddenly clad in a flowing emerald green dress, and her hair is quite short, but it lengthens out, and it's flowing, and she's wearing a tiara for some reason, and she's and then she of course she is,
Why wouldn't she be wearing it?
Honestly,
exactly.
Tiaras for everyone. Clearly.
Yeah, everyone's got tiara. She's like, oh no,
Yours is better.
yeah,
yours is
exactly.
very
Mine's
good.
better. But yeah, and then she slowly descends down. She's got a long staff, and but I think it doubles as a huge flute or something musical.
Music, that's great.
Yeah. I think this staff can turn into any musical instrument or something.
I love that. Yeah, that's perfect. You can have that.
Yeah, thank you. That'd be great. And then she descends, and she uses the staff to kind of go poof, and looks up and sees everything, and then will immediately turn and reach out to kind of hit that.
Yeah. So you're you instinctively know that you're touch burn, so you're going to use your attack rather than the.
Do you think she would instinctively know?
I
what do you think?
think it's definitely part of the game. You know everything.
Okay,
So
cool.
you can do it by instinct. You
Yeah.
can use your voice, or you can just hit it. And these are both. And also, it's worth knowing that everyone has transformed. Die games go where people don't transform. You know what I mean? This is very much we discover what game we're playing. So do you want to just whack it with a staff? That's pretty good. That's
Sure.
sorry, your death touch rather.
Yeah, no. If she knows what she's doing, then she'll extend out and do the death touch. I think.
That's fantastic. You reach out. Now, the way your dice works is slightly
Yes.
different. So
Okay.
you take your dice pool, which is 2.
So two
Yeah.
2d6. Okay.
Your D4 works like a bonus to the dice if you're using.
okay.
If you can use your voice in the creature, which you can,
Okay.
you can basically it's an emotional nudge. So you can take whatever that dice roll is and add it to one of those 2 dice. So basically turn
cool.
stuff into a success.
Great.
He wears it like a little hat.
Yeah. Well,
cute.
there's not much about the
It's like a
taste that's
hat.
cute,
yeah.
but so yeah.
No,
yeah,
the
keep
taste
it
is
when
not
you can.
cute. Okay,
So
cool.
this is you using the voice to basically. Since you're joined, let's pause for a second.
Yes.
How would you make something use joy to make it more likely to hit something?
Oh, I think a huge smile breaks out on her face, and it just kind of she begins to kind of tremor because she's so elated from the power she's experiencing.
Oh no, it's different. As in, on the you don't use the voice. You can use the voice in yourself. Actually,
Okay.
you can do that. That's fine.
Sure, yeah.
As I said, you can use the voice. It's more traditional. Another way to do it, just for example, would be it makes it's happy and it's distracted, or it's so happy it really wants to be. It's happy it wants to be stabbed by your blade.
Okay.
That would make me happy.
So
that-
she's manipulating it into
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. No,
either way works though. Make yourself,
Okay. No, I like yours a bit more. Yeah. No. I think that she'll just kind of she bursts out into kind of a very soft song, kind of like a siren song, and then lures it over, and then is ready with a death touch. And it's like a gentle caress. It's not like
That's
a.
beautiful, that's
Yeah, it's
I love that.
yeah.
Roll the dice. Kill them softly.
Yeah, exactly. Kill them with kindness. All right, that's a 5 and a 6.
So that's
And
6.
plus 2.
That's certainly enough. 2 enough to kill it in that way.
Okay.
Do you want to describe what the death touch does to it?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of because the thing is ecstasy. I think it kind of it seems normal at first, and then it begins to tremor, and then it light shines out of it, and it just kind of just breaks apart
That's
through
fantastic.
the sheer.
And you hear like
Yeah.
applause in the air, and it says, and the camera
Yeah.
says, "Thank you. It was amazing to work with you."
You're welcome. You're welcome. And then she bows.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
worth like everyone else. That was really creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, hugely creepy.
Everyone's ability, like honestly, when you spoke, it was like the reality was wrong. Like it was very much like. Even that, and the thank yous, like all your deaths are creepy, frankly. Like, so it's like,
Yeah.
I was saying, something specifically weird about the dictator. But now all those creatures appear to be on the floor in pieces, and well, not many pieces. You really did do them one. And you're breathing. Everyone, like, anyone say anything else?
Is there any more gold that fell out the others, or is it just
Not
in
round
that
here.
one? Okay.
Duncan, this isn't funny!
I'm gonna try and kick open a door.
I was like, funny you mentioned the door just opened.
Oh, well, I guess I'll walk.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
I'll use that leg
Nudge
to
the
walk
door.
through a door.
Sorry, I should have. Actually, can we
Kick it as it's open.
Yeah.
Whoa! I'm going to rewind time and actually no, let's do it that. You walk
Okay,
to the door and
cool.
you kick it open in a badass kind of
Yeah.
like way,
Very nice, very
like
nice.
a toilet in GoldenEye, and it falls down like that.
It's so badass.
And the steps go leading upwards, and there's a trapdoor up there.
Okay. All right.
What do you want to do? So Grant, it's not Grant. Max, you're at the front. What does?
I'm gonna Naruto run up those stairs.
Of course you are.
Are you trying to? Anyone going to go with him or stop him or just panic?
No, I'll follow. I'll just kind of like be walking around, like feeling on the walls and stuff, and like just be like, this is real, this is real, this is real, this is real. Like,
Yeah,
When you touch it, is it like ink just sort of?
Ooh.
oh yeah, just like
size,
leaving
yeah.
like a smear on and like.
it's messy.
Okay. You're kind of messing things up there. You.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna mind? Do you think they're like angry that I got ink on their like fantasy wall?
I mean,
I think
all I'm
it'll be
saying is it's a
fine.
little bit messy. Is all I'm just pointing out
like,
to you.
flick my hands down, like ink will go everywhere. as I
Okay,
like,
not
brush it
on
off.
the dress. I'm quite enjoying this.
Bunch of rats.
Oh my god.
Scattering on my feet.
This is why dungeons are messy. It's not like the adventurers go through them and they just create this gunk.
Yeah.
And let's say, okay, you go to the top, flip open the door. Max comes in and you see something, and it's genuinely disturbing. It's in the middle of a fancy tavern. And now this is the creepy thing is, you've never been in this place, but you recognise this place. You know it intensely. This is the pub you started the first ever adventure in the Shadowlands. This is literally the pub you went on that first D&D adventure with. And we're just going to stop the session there. That's where, at the moment of, oh my god, you're in the Shadowlands. I'm going to please collect the dice back in, put them in the box gently as we go around to our characters.
Okay.
Not all the dice, just the magic
so
dice.
sorry.
Oh, okay,
The
right. I
magic
was
dice.
like,
They are
oh.
boring dice. Magic dice.
Oh, not my magic dice.
And that's fantastic. We'll have a little break for lunch and we'll finish off afterwards. This has been delightful.
Oh,
Interesting.
that's so cool.
So we return to die. Everyone, I'm going to pass out your dice.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
This dice is yours. There's no else in the game. This dice is yours. There's no other in the game. This dice is yours.
Thank you.
There's no other in the game. This one is mine. Right. Where we left it last time, we are in a fucking bar. Sorry. Where we left it last time, we're in a bar, a fantasy bar you all recognise as the Shadowlands from the first ever adventure that your friend Duncan ran for you.
Yeah, friend.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, yeah.
friend. There's,
Around 10 years.
there's problems going on here. Friend come kidnapper.
Deserter.
Yes. Pandora, how do you recognise this bar? Like, how did you know it? Who is this one?
Ooh, I think there's like a table and like we all like carved like our characters'
Oh, nice.
names into it or something.
That's cool.
And it's like at the table we always sat at and it was like our little booth and stuff.
That's empty. Yeah, it's empty and waiting for you. That's great. What's the? Let's try to say. I'll go to Grant here. What's the name of the bar?
The bar is the Hellions Inc.
Oh.
Hellions Inc.
That's really good.
A Hellion is a special kind of kraken.
Ah, cool.
Nice.
I love this place.
Yeah, I'm
Not
glad
an
you didn't
airship.
ask me that.
Oh, no, yeah. Well,
It is an airship.
Of course, that's the nature of the
What,
infantry.
what do you think airships run on? Hellion Inc.
Of course, obviously.
Yeah, canon.
Yes, it really is now. And tell me about your character you used to play.
That used
or
to
that
play.
your persona used to play,
My
JJ.
persona used to play. I think, yeah, I think my persona used to play like a bard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one that would. like a really traditional one, like, you know, has like a lute, like sings tales of their adventures, and like she got way too into it. Like she would bring a guitar, and play along and would sing, and it got to be quite grating, but after a bit charming.
Does it need to take 10 minutes to cast a spell?
Well, it depends on the spell itself, because if you see here, it says it takes 10 minutes to cast. So
the full ritual.
Yeah.
That's right. I must say, like, they've got a name?
Do they have a name? Cecilia.
Yeah. The great enough thing about Die, of course, is your teenage RPG game. Therefore, it doesn't have to be good.
Yeah.
The idea that that's one of the great saving things as well.
Cecilia Wolfsbane.
She is very much from the Shadowlands.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you're standing. You open this trapdoor, and everyone stops and looks at you. Music stops. The lute player standing at the bar, Cecilia Wolfsbane. JJ! Oh my God, JJ's here!
Cece!
And like, she runs up and sort of like grabs you in a hug and says like, I'm sorry, I'm too familiar. Like someone of your station being here. I was like, look, obviously we've kept your table free, all of you, please. And that table you saw, you see no one's sitting there. The place is full. It's worth noting, the place is suddenly half the people are out the door, half the people are staying there just staring at you, kind of adoringly, especially at JJ, in fact, really at JJ. And somebody starts coming up, and Cecilia goes, no, don't bother them. They're just kind of a drink. Please be cool. Be cool. I'm sorry. Please take a seat. Please make yourself at home. Like, and she tries to guide you through to the table. It's like, hello, how are you?
She's giving me like a really intense stare, like.
She looks about 10 years older. Like she's not adventuring out. Like she's like, you get to think it's her bar now. You sort of recognise she's wearing like. She looks like a classic. Tell me how do you know what a Shadowlands tavern owner looks like?
Leather apron.
I must say leather apron made of kraken skin.
Nice.
To protect you from the cocktails.
That is true. Because like the cocktails in this place are vicious.
Absolutely. You got to be level 5 or 6 to even drink
But the strong stuff. You know, this is +4 booze. And then you're basically guided to the table and sat down and say, just make yourself at home and see how, you know, if you need, just shout, honestly.
You work here now? You're not out adventuring, or?
Oh, you can't really adventure. It's you know, I thought it would be a really great adventure, but I realise it's much more better to settle down to something a bit more familiar. You know, I've got some responsibility. I'm doing well though. I'm not complaining. I still play a bit of music. People listen to the bar. It's nothing like you, of course, the great hero of the land. But you know, honestly, I'm happy. Like honestly, I'm perfectly fine here running this bar.
Great hero of the land.
Yes. Well, great hero of the land. Good question. So you know me personally. You know us.
Only by reputation. Like I mean, like you don't. I mean, I said I'm over familiar, but of course, I think anybody who's listened to your work feels they know you, and anyone who's seen you perform, like you speak to the. You know, the intensity. I mean, I'm not going to share it. Right? I've obviously written poems about the time I saw some of your great performances. I've been very touched.
Thank you. What about my compatriots?
That's like it looks around the room and it's like I'm sure they're very interesting people too. Like.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, they're obviously mighty advent. I mean, this person's drinking ink on the floor.
Yes.
And this person's glowing, Neo. But like, I mean, some people are obviously afraid of someone like you. But like, you know, a dictator. But I think dictators are wonderful because nothing makes you feel as happy as a dictator.
Right. That's true. That's true.
What's the coolest thing she's done that you guys like just love about her? Like, cause she's clearly done some really big things.
Tell me JJ's as a fantasy in the real world when dreaming of being an actor. What was her maddest fantasy?
Her biggest fantasy,
like off the scale, like you know, like that kind of moment of megalomania that hit her.
Oh, definitely like being up on stage and receiving like an award. Yeah, like big time. Like being hailed, being like being told unequivocally that she is the best.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the Oscar ceremony moment. You imagine you, an amazing dress,
yes,
you know,
dressed like the dictator, like like in the evening wear. And
now you mention it, you realise that there's a certain resemblance to that dress you're wearing. like in some kind of notes.
Oh, this is the dress. Oh my god. Okay.
Cecilia turns to say, I mean, I would say the time when all the nations of the land declared her greatest hero, and you know, like, and then there was all the statues. Those like,
that was great.
Statues.
the living, the 12 golden living constructs that each one of her virtues.
Yes.
No wonder you guys are freaking out.
Oh, yeah, honestly, and some people,
this
yeah, I
is
mean, some people
big.
have died from her performances, but I think it's a risk worth taking. Like,
They died for my
Killer
performances.
performance.
yeah.
Killer, truly.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll get you drinks and come back and settle in.
Thank you.
And you're left alone, and then people are. So definitely, some people ran when you arrived. That's the other thing.
Okay, cool.
Like, it's definitely a mixture between utter adoration and fear. I mean, there's a word.
Perfect.
The dream.
Yeah.
There's a word called numinous. If you like, I mean, the word numinous is one of my favourites. Being petrified of art, as an art that's so amazing that makes you fearful, and it's a bit like that.
Love that. Okay.
That's the word I'm going to use.
Very
You feel
nice.
numinous.
So, does she recall all the stuff that Cecilia is saying? Okay, she doesn't. Okay.
No, but this apparently this is like how they know you here.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm going to put aside for a second. Let the players talk to each other about this situation of the bar they're
Okay.
in.
Yeah, I'll like slip into the booth and be like, so.
Yeah, what?
Sorry.
We didn't do any of that stuff in the campaign.
I don't think we did. No,
Did
we
you,
didn't
like,
do that.
play
right?
like a one-on-one session together without us or
no, we
something?
didn't, no.
What a level 7 bard!
Yes, I was. Yeah, we didn't go any higher. No, not like level 20 or anything. No. I don't remember this. I didn't do this. Is the thing.
I think she thinks you did it, and like I think you might have done it.
Yeah, here,
Yeah.
you did.
I'm getting kind of
Are you like...
bad vibes from myself. Is that possible?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
toxic.
Is that is this the first time?
Yes, I would like to think so. Yes, I think so.
Is this like you, or are you like playing... like, is this you, or is this a person that we've like taken them? Like, I'm in somebody else's... Like, this is somebody else? Have they done stuff? Have I done weird things?
I don't know.
Well, the characters
You've done great
exist-
things.
The characters exist separate from us.
I
Yes,
would
and
like
like
to
they've been
just-
living, and then we've just like
Yeah.
popped in, and now we're here, and we've done all this stuff, and
Just to
We're
confirm,
god tier entities.
I'm JJ. Are you all who we previously were?
Yeah.
Max, Pandora. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Pause for a second. What's the thing you tell each other that makes everyone know it's you? Like little tiny anecdote.
Probably it'd be about the time that what's your character's name? Duncan?
Duncan, yeah.
That time that Duncan wet himself when he fell asleep at the 80s horror movie marathon.
Okay. Yeah. No, that was.
How dare you?
no, we just had to test the putting the hand in the water glass thing, and like we all agreed it was really
Yeah,
funny
I
at the
didn't
time.
think it would actually work. No. Yeah. No. That's
I
okay.
knew it would work.
That's okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
So and like, that's the sort of thing which is so needlessly banal that they wouldn't bother transferring it over to
No.
some sort of wizard
No.
construct.
I think so.
I think so.
I mean, Duncan, of course, like Duncan's a long way from wetting, pissing himself here now, isn't he?
You couldn't even see
Yeah.
if he decided to wet himself.
Okay. I think that JJ's would be the time that she was performing on stage and she saw all of the gang in the front row to support her.
Sorry.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always come to support you.
Yeah. I really appreciated it.
I think like she knows everyone's like favorite hot drink, like or like coffee or something, like what your coffee order is. Like she would always bring drinks.
Oh, that's great.
She would always be 10 minutes late with Starbucks.
Triple
so-
shot macchiato with
yeah.
soy. Yeah, no, great, thanks. Yep.
Well, that's a great gamer. Honestly, a game who brings snacks to a
Yeah.
table. Like honestly,
Yeah.
I'm liking Pandora more.
Yeah.
You can skip off the campaign if that's how you turn up.
That's great. So, moment of sincerity. So you seem like actually. Paul, I'm also asking another question. What the hell do each of you think's going on? Let's just start with Pandora and we'll go around. So, what's Pandora's head thinking?
At first, Pandora was like, Duncan has really gone all out for this Kickstarter. Like, this is big. And I'm like, I need to know who his like producers are because I need to get in on this. Now, I think she thinks she's having like a really weird dream. She was like, yeah, I was really nervous before the night when this was happening. I'm just having a really weird fever dream, probably. Maybe I ate a baby bell before I went to bed. Who knows?
I think JJ thinks she might have died. I think she's like, this must be heaven, right? Everyone is being nice to me and I'm really powerful and cool, right? Yeah.
It checks out.
Yeah, right?
I think this is a magic spell.
I think that Duncan was always very clever and into some weird stuff, and never liked doing things the hard way. So I think that this is precisely this. And also, like, I've done a bit of reading. I've indulged in some Class B substances, and I like to think of myself as a research goth. So yeah, I've brushed up against this sort of mythos, and like, oh well, whether or not this is real, it's happening to us.
Yeah.
So all we can do is try and.
It feels real. I've like pinched myself like 10 times and nothing's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
So we can treat it as
Would you mind
though
if
it's
you
real.
just pinch? Yep. No. Okay. Yep.
So it feels really real.
Really
Well,
real.
that's actually one of those things that, like,
D6
oh no,
hit
this
points.
is.
Yeah.
What kind of game would it be? Right. So this moment of like thing, and then
Cecilia?
Cecilia. I was looking for a surname because it's so ludicrous.
Wolfsbane.
Yeah, Wolfsbane comes back to the table, sort of humbly, and says, "Is there anything else I can help you with, like passing the drinks around the table?"
I like knock it back in one. Just.
It's sort of sears a little. That's that kind of that hiss, like in a good, an interesting way. Like, I'm not going to say good. I'm going to say interesting.
Oh, Cecilia, have you seen Duncan by any chance?
I'm not aware of a Duncan. Like, not really.
The like big guy, about like cloak, glowing red eyes.
Hard to miss.
Sounds like some kind
Scary.
of. This is, of course, the Shadowlands. So, like, there's a lot of evil dark lords, but that sounds like evil.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
It sounds like evil dark lord. I haven't seen one recently. Like, we don't tend to let them in here, to be honest. We're a bit
Well,
more
no,
rough
yeah.
and tumble.
You can just tell them no. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Where are they?
Like,
The evil dark lords. Are they in the
pause
Shadowlands?
for a
beneath?
question. As I said, who's going to have this one? Actually, since Grant started this. Okay, your first teenage adventurer. Where is the bad guy?
The bad guy is so the Shadowlands are a nightmarish realm of twisting, turning, sort of like tree root shadows beneath the cloud layer.
Okay.
So you sort of jump down from the airship.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So,
So
it'd
but
be
where?
like, in the forest of I need some.
So a creepy forest.
Some
Honestly,
creepy
like,
forest
like-
words. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
fuck it. A creepy forest.
yeah, it's what your character remembers.
Sorry,
It's
yeah.
like-
Yes, I've got a creepy forest.
Yeah, creepy forest. It's like, the forest of creep.
Yes.
The forest of creep is where the Dark Lords are normally when they decide to come. Of course, normally they're taken out by adventurers who are far braver than I used to be. Adventures today are really kind of quite the thing.
You're quite
I
brave.
mean, I maybe could have been a good adventure one day, but I think I just sort of gave up a bit. After a while, you know how it is. I mean, you wouldn't know how it is.
I never thought of you like that. No, I thought you would have kept going. No, that's sure.
That's what I say. Yeah. Of course, if interested, like, are you looking for a quest? Is this the sort of thing you're?
Yes!
Dark Lord?
Yes.
Like-
We're looking for a particular Dark Lord.
Oh. Well, there's a quest. Like, a quest appeared on the board this morning.
Oh.
Like, no one could read it. It was like written in not any of the shadow tongues. So.
Okay.
Where's the board?
The board?
Not literally there. Yes, there is a board on the other side. We can bring it and you can literally see several people in the room grab the board and bring it over to you. One of them ninja. Can I have an autograph? No, back.
okay.
No, maybe you want an autograph. Like Cecilia. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I thought you would know.
No, it's fine. It's all good. No, it's fine. It's fine.
If you want to give an autograph, everyone here wants one.
JJ will go and she'll start lining up and she'll.
That's brilliant.
Why don't you handle the people here?
Sure.
We'll take a look at the event.
She stands up with like way too much glee and goes. And starts
Well,
running.
this is a beautiful image. It says the notice board is in front of you two.
Yeah.
We've got JJ.
It's like the notice board is blocking out our faces behind it, and JJ's in front.
Okay, and you read it immediately. It's courier font. That's the weird thing. It's like it's written in just straight courier. It's not Times Roman. It's a classier font than that, but it's still not exactly going. And it just reads really simply: to all players. To go home, all players must gather together. All players must gather together and each say the game is over. To stay, all players must gather together and say the game continues. Once a decision is made, it is final. Be aware, as foreign entities, your presence here has destabilised reality. If a decision is not made, this world will end and all inside will perish, including you. As long as a unanimous decision is made, the realm will continue after you leave or stay. Those who are dead at the time of voting do not get a vote.
dead, like dead in the game.
I think it's one of those situations where if you die in the game, you die,
You die
in real life.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of
Right.
course it would be. That checks out.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Make it out to
Let's all just join hands and say I want to go home.
That makes sense. Yeah. JJ,
Yes.
have a word.
Yes. I'll be back in just a second. Hi. Yes.
Hey, hi. So we've I just get the courier, get the note and put it down. So it's dead easy.
Okay.
We just need to sort of hold hands
We just-
and say the game is over, and then
We've
the
had
game's
enough.
over, and we can go home.
It's free.
Which honestly feels suspicious, but
Yeah.
it's kind of all we've got right now.
Sure. And then, but what's that bit there? The continuing bit?
Oh, we can stay in the game if we wanted to, but then
Okay.
we'd be trapped here forever.
Okay.
You know,
Oh.
I've got to get back and look after my mum.
Yep.
That's the most Dory sentence I've ever heard.
Like I'm actually supposed to be meeting her for dinner tonight.
Tonight. Yes.
Yeah, I
And
didn't organise anyone to feed my
It
cat.
was their with mum and dad's anniversary, and so we sort of do something on.
Kevin has the kids.
Sorry.
Kevin has the kids. Yes, of course. No. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it then. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easy. Yeah, okay.
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 Roleplay hold hands.
COVID safe.
Go around the table, so the game is out. Each of you do it in turn.
The game is over.
The game is over.
The game is over.
And nothing happens. And then you sort of remember something. Like Duncan said something weird, like, the GM's a player too in this game. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it didn't work. Oh.
bugger.
Okay. So we need Duncan.
Okay.
We need Duncan.
The building
have
shakes suddenly, like the entire building is
Ah.
vibrating.
I'm gonna like step out the front door. Where are we? What's it like?
As I
out
was
here?
going to say, pause for a second with Cecilia says, don't worry, that's been happening all day, but it's getting stronger.
I'm a little bit worried, Cecilia.
Yeah.
Yay.
This is an earthquake area. Do you get a lot of quakes? Is this like a earthquake-safe building?
Only when reality's being destabilised.
Oh, the penumbral shifts.
That's fine.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a thing that happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Please
And
come back.
that's-
Actually, can we take a photo of you and your
Yeah,
friends?
absolutely. Yes.
Oh, you got cameras.
Okay,
yeah,
ready?
sure. Okay.
It's like
Okay.
they've summoned an imp, and the imp draws a beautiful picture.
I'd like to imagine that
thank
neither
you.
of us appear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, even then like your pose like next to her.
you're slightly cropped out in that kind of way, and that goes up behind the wall.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cool.
Beautiful. Well, really well done. Okay, so we have to stay. We have to stay. It's not our fault. We have to stay.
No,
so
well, we need to find the GM. We need
Yes.
to find Duncan and have a word with him about this because, as I said, you know.
But Duncan's the one who wanted us to come here. So will Duncan?
Oh,
Will Duncan agree?
I'm sure someone as charismatic as you could persuade him, couldn't you?
Duncan just wants to run a game. He
Good.
just we're playing a game.
I think we might have maybe jumped the shark on that one a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if Duncan just wanted to run a game, he could have done it in fifth ed.
I just, he's like, it's been a while, and I feel like he wants to really come back in with like a big game and like make it a whole thing for the stream and his Kickstarter and stuff.
Or
And, like,
that's very true. No cameras here, though, you'll know.
yeah,
And we are
I
currently
don't know.
trapped in a nightmarish other world of our own creation.
yeah.
So I'd want to be filming it. Yeah, so I'm gonna walk out the front door. Where are we? What's going on?
Great question. What was that? Where was actually the pub based in the Shadowlands? As far as you remember in your first adventure.
It was like on the edge of like a shadowy woodland, like kind of like an evergreeny thing. It was like a like classic kind of like little dirt road going along,
Cute.
and it was like
Was it like raised up on like
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
That's the honestly, it's the classic moment. It's a classic thing, but you always like. So you step out, it is just like that, and then you kind of forgot what Duncan's big twist was there. As you you sort of almost like shake, and you realise that the whole thing's actually on top of an airship, an enormous balloon,
Hey! Did it?
and there's stuff growing out of it in that way.
Oh, one of the Elven Airships.
Yes.
The ones which grow. Yeah, they got those gas bladders.
No, I remember that. Gas map? Yes. No, I remember that.
Yeah, so you're floating far above the ground. Basically, you see below the curve of the Shadowland, the penumbral rivers and space and time curling out beneath you as the Hellion ink soars above it. The last safe house a mile in the sky.
Okay. Do we ask them to land?
We need to go to the creep forest.
Yes.
we like
the creep
we can
forest.
steer it.
Yes, is
Yeah.
that right?
Sure, we can do that.
I think like the elves pray to it or something. I'm not entirely sure how it all works.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so if we go to the cockpit, and we just asked them to.
Yeah, sure. What sort of scale are we working on here? Is this
What do you
like Manchester or is
Well,
this like a bus?
I reckon it's like a good Zeppelin size.
Okay.
That's what I mean. That's what
A
I'm
good Zeppelin.
I've definitely really got the
Nice.
idea of like the fact the ground is all hostile and awful to live on, so people live in these little pubs. So like, floating high above the ground, which is my sort of fantasy concept we're running with here.
Cool.
It seems.
And then, like, so you've got like the gondola underneath, which I
Yeah.
imagine is where you got most of your stuff, and then you've got kind of outcroppings coming up around the balloon, so we can be a pub.
Most
on
of the
top.
stuff is most of the cool living is on top, but like the bottom is much more like mechanical, and you've got guarding,
and you got like drop ships,
drop
if
ships
you want
and
to-
that
yeah.
kind of stuff. So
Okay.
you can try to find someone who can try and let you down, I guess.
Yeah, well, you should talk to your self.
Seems like they'll kind of.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
It's
weird.
weird.
It's weird. But yeah, no, I'll talk to Cece. Sure. Cece. Hi. Can we get to the cockpit somehow, or the place whether you drive?
I
You
imagine you
drive?
can if you like. What are we trying to get to?
We wanted to get down to the creepy forest. Creepy forest.
That seems fair enough.
Mhm.
Like I'd say like sure, like yeah, sure, yeah, okay, yeah, like the cockpit, sure, we'll take you to there.
Sure. I think as she's like saying this, I
Great.
think she's like smiling. Because she's feeling so elated at the moment. I think it's just kind of like, even without her trying, it's like seeping out. Like the voice is kind of like seeping
Yeah,
out
yeah.
slightly, and maybe people are smiling a bit too uncomfortably for their faces at the moment.
Portrait starts smiling near
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you get down, and she takes it down to, you go down the thing, and everyone's, there's everyone kind of looking at you quite impressively, and we kind of get down to it, and sort of making a final choice here.
Oh.
Not even a choice. It's various options in that kind of way to go which way. You open the door, and inside the door is. Well, first it's an air captain. They've got that kind of line. You've got Brussels. But tell me, like your mum, the guidance counselor. Tell us what she was like.
She was just a really warm person, like flowing curly hair, just like dressed like in bright colours, just like almost seemed like she was teaching primary school, but she was like a high school guidance counsellor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting strong dungaree vibes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Dungarees.
the weird.
Gotta get them dungos. Yeah.
Glowing positivity.
Gotta get them dungarees.
Gotta get them. Gotta get them.
Okay, we got this bit, and they walk, and it's weird. It's basically looks like your mum, the guidance counselor, but there's a sky captain, and like big leather dungarees, because of course everyone wears leather in this.
Goggles.
Goggles. Lot of the steampunk vibe, and he looks over and it's like, oh right.
Hi.
Hey, like lovely to see everyone. Hi.
Ma?
This is.
Like, they look at you and it's like, things are complicated here. Like, of course, like, I'm just glad that you finally might fulfill your potential. You were such a bright, burning star girl. And I never wanted to tell you I was disappointed in you. But I guess I can here now.
So like we just like want to go to this place. So
Yeah,
let's just
before
let's
any more
just
hearts get.
the
So-
creepy forest.
You can be all you can be here. You're an athlete, a star, a
We
brilliant.
can and
Brave air captain.
Yes.
I figure that maybe talking like a role-playing game might help.
Verily and shit.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm saying it. Verily and much.
Verily, another toss.
Yeah.
Brave air captain. We require passage to the Dark Lord's hold. In the creep forest. We have been transported here by vile magics.
Do you really think you can get there?
Do you really think you can get there?
That would involve leaving a place.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm staying on the ship, so.
Okay.
And then we're taking the ship there.
Okay. We feel like that would endanger everyone here. You're brave adventurers.
Yeah.
You get a voice in the back of your head like a rat saying, "We can just kill and take control." I can do that easily for you. I can burrow her out on the inside and ride her around like tiny mice in her head, controlling it. I'll do that very cheaply. Just one death. I'll enjoy it.
In my head, I'm like, but not killing. Can you like in the mechanisms?
You hear this little like a sigh of like 1,000 little rats sighing at once. And oh, you sweet thing. Do you think people are like live without their brains? Trust me, this is a fantasy game, but some things still matter.
It's got like a black ink nosebleed.
Yeah, just like
And you
it was
hear
like crying a little bit. Like,
Oh.
you hear 1,000 rat eyes roll behind you, and the presence is gone, and time kind of restarts because that all happened very quickly inside your head. It's like
Is the fee a challenge, brave air captain? Have you need of recompense?
it's like I'll do this. I think she said what I have to say. I'll do this. I'll get you to the ground.
Thank you.
I'm not looking at you.
Yeah.
Don't.
But like it'll be it's dangerous for the people on this. Are you able to protect them on the way down?
Well,
Yes, no, of course we can.
who else?
Yeah, no, we can do that.
Okay.
We can do whatever we can do. We can do it.
She has a look at you, like not quite believing, and it's weird. There's the difference between like she's both a fantasy character and also this weird echo of this awful idea what things your mum might be thinking at you. You know that kind of that she's both these things at once. So there's a weird dissonance there. But since we're playing quite a short game, I'm going to hard cut to the descending airship coming down, and of course like who has answered the question wrong? Like yes, and I say jump on you. Okay, of course. What was the thing that stops? That once you go beneath a certain air level, what's the thing that attacks you in the air?
Okay. Oh no. I think the thing that attacks us in the air, like dragon riders, just something quite generic, kind of.
Dragon riders are amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
So like, this is like
Don't you dare talk down dragon riders.
yeah.
How could you?
Like
Oh, just something boring, like somebody who rides a dragon for a living.
Really lame.
generic dragon ride, like like the lame ones. Yeah.
It's, the dragons you're coming in, and the image I want you to imagine is you're coming in. You're in your positions around the ship. We'll talk about it in a minute. And the dragon riders are the dragons are undead, but they're covered in pins. And the rider's also covered in pins, so it's a bit like Hellraiser
it's Hellraiser.
Dragons as they breathe, and all murder boxes come out.
Oh.
And this is I don't know what murder box means, but it's a good word.
It's like someone spawning cheese in Skyrim with an exploit.
Honestly, there's a bit of that, and there's the weird thing of like. That is both what it is, and it's also that's real and horrific. 'Cause if you saw bad CGI, it'd be scary.
Yeah.
If a bad CGI person walked in, we'd be petrified.
Like the lighting isn't quite right on it.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
shadows aren't. Ironically, the shadows aren't right.
Exactly, that's exactly how it feels. And you're going, what the hell is this? I'm going to ask each of you what you're going to do to try to defend the ship.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to set a difficulty total, and the group will do a number of successes. That's the way I'm going to do this.
Grant.
I'm going to start with who hasn't done anything well. I think Grant has done anything well. How do you defend the ship?
With my Fairfield stuff.
Yeah.
Can I basically sort of log into the ship and run diagnostics and sort of like be a load of eyes?
R3 guns. Yeah, like
archery. Oh yeah, it's alive, isn't it?
Yeah. Controlling this is great. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. There's archery guns, but there's trees and willows which sort of deform and grab out the.
That's
out the sky.
fantastic. I would like to. Great.
So I don't use the D10 for that.
You don't use D10. Don't. I think everyone should roll at once because that's our intention.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, say. And what about JJ? What's JJ going to do?
JJ is going to now fully embracing her powers since what her mum said to her. She is going to.
My mum told me to do it.
Yeah, just classic JJ. So yeah, she is going to start calling out to the dragon riders, just like something quite grand, just like stand with me. You know that this is where your heart belongs. Stay with me. I don't know, just stuff like that. Just
That's
really
fantastic.
like.
And are you trying to hurt them? Or are you trying to compel them to attack each other or something?
Compel them to just stop, just be her allies, just be in her control.
Cool. You can probably do you take over one dragon if you like.
Yeah, I can. I'll take over the
That's
dragon if I
completely
can.
doable. And what are you doing?
I think she's trying to reach back into the rat in her mind and be like, it's not a person's brain, but or you could try some other brains, the dragons or the riders.
Actually, you're doing a miracles, which I think weirdly trumps almost everything else. But we're going to play and the rat sort of goes, sure, I'll do it for 2 debt.
What does that mean? What do I give you?
Talking about rules, it's basically 2 debt is basically. She'll at some point say, hey, do this, and calling in the debt. And if you don't do it, that's 2 wounds that hurt you. So in other words, it's basically, but if you do it, the debt's cleared. So that's kind of the, and to us, 2 debt's a pretty small price. It's worth noting, since you've chosen the Eldritch God, you must suspect that they're up to no good. In fact, you might have realised their whole eye burrowing thing.
I would say so, yeah.
Subtext. But 2 debt.
I'm an empath, so I can tell that they're evil. Okay, yeah. That's fine.
Mark 2 down your sheet. I'd like you to roll, because I think you're going to get some useful stuff, and I'd like you to roll on the dragon as well.
Okay, cool. So
is this in Dex?
Yes, int as well, so it's not...
so am I rolling charisma?
you're rolling charisma.
Okay.
One success, good. You've rolled charisma, including the d4.
Okay, so I take 4 dice?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Take 4 dice and roll the d4 as well.
And roll the d4. All right. Oh, stay there.
So is that a 1? So it's a 1 plus 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
is it 2? I didn't see the...
Yes, 2.
So you can either push it... No, it's... So it's... You can either push it up to 2 or take it down to 0 or keep it on 1.
So how I push it up to 2?
So you add this to another dice.
Okay.
And it needs to be 4 or more for a success.
Oh, okay.
Or you can choose to.
Oh, no,
you
that's
can choose to take it away.
that's not at this dice pool. No, you're wrong. This is the compel mechanic works with... The D4 is the number of successes you have.
Okay.
And then you modify that way each success either up or down.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, cool. So just 2? Should I do 2?
That's good. If you want to check your sheet and tell me what effect that should have on it, and I'm going to move over to... Actually, I know what it is because it's not particularly... It's like it makes them feel it strongly. So I'm going to make a roll for the willpower of the creature. And
Okay,
see
cool.
See if it actually... How resistant.
They feel it intensely. It's hard to do anything not related to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they managed to resist it at last, I think.
Okay, that's
But
fine.
We'll come back to it in a second. It's like... the moment we're going to pick up is like the dragon is sort of speaking to you and saying, "Oh, mistress! Like I would betray. I cannot betray the dragon kind of the pinheads. The world is weak. You are a threat to this world. You must be destroyed because you will not stay here. You are not strong enough to stay here. But you are amazing and beautiful and
you.
perfect
What?
in all ways.
This is so confusing.
I do not wish to fight you. I do not wish to. Okay. I want you to tell me exactly how messy it is when all the dragons explode in midair." Including that one.
So messy. There's like,
God.
just like, I think like someone just like paused and there's like just silence for a moment and like really loud screeches and like rats like burst out of like ears and like eyes and like just like coming through, like the pits like everywhere.
Yeah.
Just like as if the rat's like eating them from the inside out and they're just like falling into pieces and like the rider's like falling down and the rats are like jumping on them as well and like...
Could I spend one of my successes to grow the trees in a mildly defensive fashion?
Actually, no, I was about to say like, the moment, and literally there's a splatter of blood coming towards you and describe
there's like the... I'm plugged in and doing some sort of Minority Report stuff around there and then sort of spin and the bark of the tree zeppelin hardens, and there's a few sort of Saving Private Ryan that way through, but most of those smack into the outside. So I imagine a couple of people die, but I managed to save some hopefully.
Oh, nice. It's kind.
I think we're like a dragon tooth stuck in like somebody that flew off, like a horrible way to go.
Anyway, that's all gone. Everyone's looking like in utter horror.
I also think JJ was like, I think the dragon was probably getting like closer, and she was like talking to it like, come, like she was probably starting to convince it, and then it just went.
just like gently caressing its face.
Now listen, we've gone so big on this; it's hard to imagine how to ground this. But I would like to, just for a second, because this is a lot of gore that's flying around. What is each persona's equivalent to? What's the most gore they've seen in real life? Like, they must have they any experience of like actual violence or like hospitals or death or anything? Like, because I know we've gone really big on this. I want to really make people realise this isn't pretty. This is something really...
Mantra of a bunch of blood.
Oh God, yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, so it's something stomach related.
Yeah.
And like, again, she's more stable now. She's on the medication, but I would be about 17, I think. And I came home and she was falling over, and it was grim.
That's awful.
Poor Max.
Yeah.
Maddie?
I got mine.
Actually, no. We'll come back to Maddie because Maddie started this whole mess.
Okay.
So ending with
this. Her first pregnancy when she gave birth.
Oh yeah, of course,
like
of course.
I think maybe it went slightly awry and like she was like completely super out of it. But I think maybe it was a bit touch and go for a while, and everything was like super messy.
And our eviscerator of dragons.
I feel like she probably hasn't seen much.
Oh, yeah, of course not.
Like she had a pretty sheltered life. Like not much has gone wrong for her. Like that dramatically. But like she really doesn't like blood. Like it's just like dripping all over her, and like she's really wet with like the ink, and it's all mixing, and it's just like.
It's like, personally, how do you feel? I mean, how does she feel, rather?
Like so sick. She probably like throws up and it's like
That's
ink.
fantastic. You're vomiting on the way down.
And rats.
Yeah.
So like on the way down, like is this us bringing the ship down, then we disembark on the ground?
Yeah, in fact, it's going to be like a combat drop. I almost imagine, because they're quite nervous, because obviously dragons, and they're nervous about her being aboard for a start now. And actually, on the way down, as you're vomiting, you hear the rats say, "Don't worry, you'll like it. You'll grow to like it."
Oh, gross.
I don't know if I want to.
I'm gonna like wipe some off my face. Pandora! No.
They're gone. They're gone. They're gone now, so it's fine. We've got to go. We've got to go.
I
So
had that one. I had it.
we
I
have
had it.
to-
I could have just talked. Spoke. I just.
Well, I've
speaking
got them
to
all
it.
now, so it's fine. They're all gone, so it's okay now.
Cool. How's everyone feeling? So actually, feel free to have a group conversation briefly, and then I will pick
I'm
up.
like holding a man who's been thoroughly pinned by dragon teeth, and like
No. Okay.
try to like.
They could have got more. They could have got everybody.
Yeah, they could have got
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
Yeah, if only there was some
So-
middle ground.
If you're holding on, as you're holding him, you notice something on the floor nearby. A coin is lying there, pulsing like an N64.
Ooh.
Is it covered in dragon ichor?
It's the one thing that isn't. It's almost. It's like it's an oasis in a land. It's an oasis in a desert of
Oh
tea.
hell yeah!
Do we see it?
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic.
JJ's gonna go. Ooh.
No, that doesn't do
See a
anything for
penny,
your
pick it
character,
up.
it's fine.
There's some players really get into it, stealing it. It's like leave the
Yeah.
Neo's gold alone.
Oh, it's all I've got. You're a speech wizard.
What? No, what are you talking about?
Okay, go grab. Did you drop the person you were supporting to get the
Oh,
gold?
so I'd already mined.
Oh, that's okay.
Like sort of like just trying to get him out of the way, because also this isn't quite real.
Yeah.
And so like there's an element of like, oh shit, like that was horrible, but also it was not quite real. However, like this, oh boy,
That's as real.
I understand
Funny.
that.
Yeah.
That's super real. Like the floor underneath it is starting to crack because it's so real.
It's as real as an N64 on Christmas morning.
Oh.
That's the.
I think as you leave the person, I'll go over to them and I'm like, okay, how about I just use this power to make them feel a bit better as they pass? Right, yeah, okay, I'll do that.
You absolutely can do that. Roll that. That is a thing you're allowed to do. Roll the dice.
Okay, so what am I
Roll
rolling?
D4 plus your charisma dice. So 4 dice plus
Four
a
dice.
D4.
Okay.
Am I helping people?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, this is a
is
good way to
helping.
use my power. I'll stick with that. I'll take that. Sure. Oh no.
5 successes.
Now, do you want to push it to 5, or do you want to keep on 4? 4 would make it like 4's safer. 5 is magical.
I think 4 is fine.
Coward.
5. No
So
one calls
don't
me a
listen to the
coward.
GM's teasing. Don't listen to the GM's teasing.
Make it 5, Kieran. Make it 5.
This is the best thing that's ever happened to this guy.
No, it's like, oh, it's great. No, I feel great. I can get back to work as he gets up and starts walking normally as bits of his innards starts coming out, and he holds. No, it doesn't hurt at all. I'll get back to work. Thanks a lot. It's good, yeah.
Oh no. Maybe any doctors in anyone? Hello?
He's gone. It's fine.
They banned doctors in the Shadowlands
Yeah.
After the accident.
after the many accidents.
Okay, right.
But it's worth noting that he did seem to be healing slightly quicker, as if the organs would be happier if he knew that the organs you would approve if the organs were like more
He's-
together.
Yeah,
He's fine. He
sure.
said he was fine.
I would love it if he survived.
He's probably fine.
Worth noting, like if you use your ability on anyone else, that immediately stops. So you're going to use your ability on one person at any time.
Okay.
In fact, you should actually pass me something. The way the game's, you pass me the D4, you can reclaim it at any moment, but at the moment, it's being influencing on someone else.
Okay.
So somebody's about to have a bad day.
All right, good to know. Right.
Okay, you're landing. Okay, you're in the forests. Do you think what the sort of the vibe is here? It's shadowy. I mean, it's a shadowy forest.
Yeah.
It's shadowy.
Yeah.
The clue's in the name.
Is it the sort of green shadow of a forest, or is it the dark shadow of a shadowland?
It's yeah.
Is it purpley?
It's purpley and it's impressionist. It's impressionist shadow. You can imagine his
Nice.
shadows being painted across the floor. Is a good way of putting it.
Cool.
You know, you would start what would you do? Presumably head towards. Actually, here's the question I wanted to ask. You know, obviously, it's the bad guy in the first adventure was in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the forest was he? What was the actual thing? No, but was it like anything? Could be a castle or a cave or dragon
just
corpse?
a tower. I feel like we're going like,
Oh,
it was
classic.
our first game, it was very
tower.
classic, everything was like, it was a wizard tower in the
Wizard in a
forest.
wizard in a tower.
Where else did we? Yeah, in a big shadowy tower.
And you look to the south. Actually, no, look to the west. So it's sort of like sinister direction, if you will. You see a tower looming up in the distance.
Oh, that'll be it.
That looks about right.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, it looks a bit like the tower at your university. The university you failed.
Remember that time you failed? Remember that? Remember that?
Yeah, maybe like a big clock tower or
Yeah.
something down, like, and I would like always look at it
And it's like you can actually
late
see
for things.
your eyes can somehow see it from this distance because you can all see better. I forgot to mention that everyone sees amazingly.
Oh my gosh.
Wow,
Yeah.
shut these off.
Like in Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's like it is literally that moment.
Yeah,
I'm like flexing, like, oh, yeah, okay, all right.
flexing my eyes.
Oh, please
Well,
stop
why
that.
is it so strong?
Please stop
Oh,
that.
look at everything.
Oh, there's veins. Oh, the veins are so thick.
And you can read the time on it. Do you want to know what time it is?
What time is it?
The time says too late.
Uh,
Hang on.
At this moment, you have this moment of existential moment, and you notice a tree disappear, and then it flickers back into reality. A small crack appears in the sky and starts moving across it very slowly. But you're, of course, remembering the thing about reality is going to collapse along you in here.
Is this like a numeric too late, or is it just like too late across it? What's the difference? Or do I just understand that this number of how it means
Like,
it's too
in the same way, it's just like, no, that's what it means. It reads too late.
Okay, cool.
It means on a much more like a profound level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Existential clock. That's the worst kind.
Yeah, you want one of those existential ones that just tells time.
Yeah. You don't really get them in Die, do you, though?
No, not so much. All right then.
Do we need to keep going? Or what?
Well, I mean, do you have any other? Do you
no,
want to talk to anyone else?
Well, no, I mean, I could go
There's a
hang out with my
tree
mum or
here.
something.
Right, yeah,
Just kind of-
she seemed nice.
I
I
could
feel like
just-
maybe let's
She was
not.
so much nicer in real life.
Yeah, she was, yeah.
Just
she was.
that's not real. That's not her. Like, it's not. She doesn't think those
I
things.
mean, unless she, unless she does and she just
No,
hadn't
like-
said it before, you know?
Because this is like Duncan's thing. Like, this is Duncan's thing, and like Duncan doesn't know her. Like, they're not friends or anything. He doesn't know what she feels. It's not. That's not what she thinks. It's not.
Does everyone else look
It's
like
not.
they're freaking out as much as I'm freaking out?
That's a good question.
Tell me. I haven't met my mum yet.
Okay. No, God.
I haven't met. I've had a pretty straightforward time. Haven't done anything horrendous so far. So I'm still waiting for it.
Cool.
But yeah, no, I'm not having the worst day of my life.
Okay, great.
I'm pretty sure we can get out of this.
Hard cut to. You're travelling from the jungle. Not jungle. Why do I want it to be a jungle?
Because it's Goth Jumaniji.
You're travelling through a forest, the shadowy forest towards it, at which point you see three figures ahead of you on a log, just sort of like passing through
gorgeous.
between them, wearing masks at the moment. Actually, not masks. Deep hoods. It's full on Aragorn, like I'm in the corner of the bar, kind of
Nice.
waiting, look, sort of seat like that, and they're sitting on the logs, waiting for you directly as you're.
Oh, I've got this. Hail and well met, hearty travellers.
Good to see you. I thought you would never join me. He flips his head back, and it's your dad as a young man with more hair, quite good looking.
And like a lot of hair.
Yeah, it's like fancy, like Witcher hair.
Oh,
Yeah. Witcher hair, 70s beard.
Yeah.
that.
It is kind of
Perfect
like
combination.
yeah, big prog rocky kind of
Yeah,
vibe to it.
yeah.
It says like, I'll warn you, the woods are alive with arrows on you, and if you move, you'll be dead. You're travelling through our woods, so you need our permission.
What can we come through then, Dad?
Only true rebels can walk this way.
Only true rebels.
Yeah. Like, honestly, there's nothing outside the woods for you, and for people like us. The woods need to have their own. I mean, how do I know? We need, a man can be free here. Free from worries and free from costs.
Yeah.
Live free and take what you need.
Yeah. Well, what I need right now is to get to that tower.
How sincere are you?
I'm feeling a little bit of fury rise up because this guy left, but also I'm an artist now, and I make pewter jewelry for goths.
Yeah, you
I've
do.
gone my own way.
I reckon he doesn't believe. I mean, he's kind of looking at you. You're quite close to him now. So, like, for example, you're close enough to attack him if you wanted.
And he smells right as well, which is weird.
Yeah, it's weird. And then, actually, what's the small? Apart from the smell, is there a small thing he does that absolutely makes you? Oh, at least it's enough of him to feel carphitic, shall we say? That's a word. Cathartic. I didn't ever say that word.
That's a hard one. It's a good one.
He used to make like a little whistle out of grass.
Yeah, that's it.
Doing that.
He's got a whistle guy, and it's going. It's like, think about it.
Who are the other two? Can I see who they are?
Good question.
Ooh.
The second one flips the head back. It's your husband. The husband you were in love with when you were younger, and he says to you, like, you're going to go through if you tell me what went wrong. What went wrong with us?
What? No, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. And I'll go up and I'll like go to like cup his face in my hands.
And he says this quite simply. You wouldn't be thinking about staying here if something had gone wrong.
You want to stay?
What? No, I don't. No, I don't. No, this is not real. This is not real. None of this is real. So
Yeah, right.
Like our love wasn't real?
no, of course not. No, I mean it was. No, it was. Of course it was. No, I mean it is. It is. It is real. It's real. I love you, and I love our kids, and this is all fine. And I will be leaving. I'll be leaving. Don't worry about it.
And there's like literally you and the other one.
Just me.
Yeah, no, as in the other person with a mask. And like, I most imagine you're looking at the third person because you know how story structure works.
Yeah. I'm like, what are the odds? It's like one of your other parents.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm just here to make up the numbers. It's 3 to 11.
That novel you never finished, tell me about it.
I think she was writing like her own kind of Redwall style, like kids book kind of like fantasy thing. How much of a rip-off is she gonna be?
I think that's rip it. Just
Orange fence.
It's orange.
Better than that, Grant. This is a sincere character
Oh,
moment.
Yeah,
Let's stay with it.
it's like it's like woodland
Crimson Ward.
creatures, but it's like it's more kind of like a teen type thing
that's cool, yeah.
of like the animals are teens now.
Yeah.
Have you got a
All
name
grown
for the
up.
character?
For the main character,
What kind of animal were they?
Big horse.
like Primrose and a rabbit.
Oh, rabbit's great. as you
Really
can imagine.
hedge
It's like, this is kind of like the thing. And then flips back, and you've got the beautiful white eyes of like Primrose the rabbit as the little things come out. He says like,
Why do you get a cute one?
she's like, why didn't you love me enough to make me real,
You don't think your husband's cute?
That's what he said.
guys?
Sorry, Rabbit. Sorry, Karen.
I said, why didn't you love me enough to make me real? Like you could try.
I'm trying. Like I sit down to write all the time, and I just can't because it's going to be terrible. And if it's going to be terrible, why am I even trying? And I just can't get the words to come out.
Are you afraid for people to see you?
People watch me all the time. I stream. That's literally my job. Like people
They watch
constantly
you.
see me.
Do they really see you?
No one really sees anybody. It's personal and private. No one's ever real in real life. It's like a private thing.
Maybe here we can both be real.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like you don't like me.
I'm trying to do big rabbit eyes.
Tink, tink.
Yeah. And it's that kind of like Sam. So like, you just need to know that, you know.
Yeah.
You now got these three weird psychodramatic projections in front of you. You're allowed to sort of take a step back and sort of cloister. It's like, what the hell is going on here?
Oh, yeah.
What
are you having? That's your husband. You like him.
I know, I do. It's fine.
Yeah.
Why is he here? He wasn't supposed to be here. He's not supposed to be here, right? Why is my mum here?
Do you think? Like, is he?
That's what's messing you up now. Not the airships and the dragons.
This is it's a bit too close to home. This is close to home. So if it's what's no, the dragons are fine because Pandora took care of those.
Yours looks alright.
I was trying. Yeah, she's just.
What is that? What is that?
It's like a rabbit. I was just writing a book about a rabbit, and there was a rabbit in it, and she's the rabbit from the book. It's like it's cool.
And she's happy for you to carry on. Because
Yeah.
my dad did some, like, he was like, oh, you're a rebel and stuff. And no, it's not.
What does that even mean?
Dad had some ideas.
Okay.
I don't know.
What's up with yours? Because
Like, we got to like solve something. Are they going to give us like a riddle each or something? And we were like,
Yeah, I think it's
maybe this is the riddle.
Okay.
And it's like it's not like an obvious
That sounds a
riddle
bit straightforward for
with a
Duncan.
rhyme.
Oh, like a rhyme.
I mean, like, it's like a riddle without a rhyme because they haven't rhymed it. Like a regular riddle, this is just like a weird,
Not one of those rhyming riddles.
confusing riddle, you know?
Okay.
Like, what is...
What did you mean about the thing of
Says-
that people don't see you in real life? What did you? Because that doesn't sound right.
I
You know,
think
you were like,
you
no,
doing- do
no,
you have
you,
a-
no, no.
I was just like a conversation.
She just starts.
No, we were completely entranced by the rabbit conversation, if I'm honest
Oh,
with you.
okay. Yeah, I was just writing a book and then I haven't finished it. And
No, but the bit about not being seen and
No,
like,
not being
'cause
real.
Because you're on camera all the time. Like,
yeah, exactly. People see
That's
me
authentic,
constantly.
right?
Yeah. Well, no one's like real. Like, no one's like real to other people. Like,
I mean,
to like.
I mean, we're
I'm
real
I'm
to each
real.
other.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, to like,
He's real,
to like
I'm real.
people like you guys, like friends and stuff, but like not like
Duncan's real, I think.
just.
Can I pause for a second?
people.
Because that's really that's very very touching.
Mm.
What both of you like, I was welling up there.
Oh.
But both of you, like, of course, you've both got very real grounding stuff in your real life. What do you think? Cause, you know, you've got your mum and you know your family. What's the image you both think about at that moment when she brings up not having anyone real?
My children, for sure.
Yeah.
Just like her, just hugging her children and looking after them.
Yeah.
Mum 5 years ago.
Oh.
That is better.
Yeah. Like when she had more energy and was
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to sort of like treat me as a person rather than
Yeah.
feeling guilty for the whole thing.
No, you can skip back into that scene. Like, is there anything you want to say to like try to reach Pandora?
You know you're not alone, right? But you know you could have come to us at any point. We're
Everyone's busy. We're all doing our own things. We're adults with busy lives.
I guess it
and
didn't work out when we did all get together.
jobs. Yeah, this is. I
Well,
turned
this
up
is-
today.
This is an outlier. This is not.
Yeah, this isn't the normal, is it?
No,
No.
we wouldn't. We could have just gone out for coffee instead of doing this.
I just like I'm happy. Like I feel like I've hit my dad's definition of rebel, or if I haven't, then I'm my own rebel, and I reckon I can talk him around on that. You genuinely love your husband, although you should tell him where it went wrong. And you can lie to the rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah, just as a rabbit. How smart are rabbits? Not very.
It's wearing-
She's
it's-
actually
it's
really
wearing
smart. Like
trousers,
she's
but
great.
yeah.
She's really great protagonist.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, she can hear me.
Oh, she's got the magic.
Of course, she can hear you.
Oh, yeah. By the way, you know you don't have to actually prove yourself to your dad, right? Because
Oh, we've got to get to the tower though. So.
yeah,
Isn't like rebelling against your dad like
the ultimate
being
form of
the
rebellion.
rebel?
Yeah. Because
Well, I mean, I mean, yeah, sure. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I can rebel against him, but he's like, you have to prove myself to be a rebel.
Right.
So, you know, like,
Maybe that's what he wants.
Like,
though. I don't know.
okay. Like, I just got to get past him. Really,
Yeah.
at this point,
Okay.
and I can sort
also,
of manage that.
do we know about your dad leaving? Do we know about that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it happened like when we were at school.
Oh,
I think.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't talk about it a great deal, and I got even gother.
if that was
Justifiably
possible.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
the islander was like down here.
Oh no!
Yeah.
He came in one day and we were like, oh no!
Yeah.
As you said, it's not real, is it?
At this moment you said it's not real, a bit of the sky starts falling off, and an enormous chunk of like diamond ice, like a half kilometre high, falls to the floor and smashes into the ground to your right, like a Titanic kind of shipwreck, and like you can sort of see through the hole in the space to this kind of like static, like a very old TV screen stretching out, and you have this moment you think it may not be real, it still may be able to kill you.
By which I mean,
Okay.
by which I mean, it's not really my dad.
Okay.
It's what I'm bringing here.
Okay.
It's my dad, and that's okay. And I can rebel against him. I have rebelled against him by staying with my mother. It's clearly not what he was interested in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've diverged on that.
Okay. I'm gonna. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say okay. Yeah, let's go lie to some people.
So I want a hard cut to literally. I'm going to do each of you. I'm going to do reverse order from their appearing, and just what do you say to them to get
Ooh.
what do you say or do to get past? Like you've got pretty good freedom. Tell me what you're going to do.
She's gonna be like, why don't you come with me? I'm all right on an adventure right now. I'm like, hold out a hand to her little paw.
Because she's much shorter than you in that way. So it's like that. So it's like, yeah, of course I'll come with you. Someone has to protect you. I'm looking out for you. If only you would look out for me too. We'll get through this together.
I will. We're going to make it a really good story.
Cool. You know, I've got a little rabbit friend walking in your hand.
Cute.
What's the name again? So Primrose. of course.
Primrose.
Yeah, Primrose. Yeah.
Okay. I think JJ is going to go up to her husband and she'll say, I think we need to have a talk, but now is not the right time. I need you to wait a little bit longer for me.
One way or another, you have to find the right time, because eventually time runs out.
I know.
And we'll hard cut to Max in front of his weird avatar of his dad.
Mm-hmm. What was it you wanted again?
You have to prove you're a rebel, son.
Not by ignoring you. And I'll like the pair of us are facing each other, and I'll just sort of
Walk
swoop past him.
As we go past Max's dad, I think JJ is gonna swear at him a bunch, just like you. I think you are. You can't just
Yeah, I'd be
He's not worth it.
doing a little hand gesture.
As that moment, you just hear like a 1,000 bowstrings fire at once,
Mm-hmm.
and your dad's full of arrows.
Oh,
and
my
drops
dad's
the-
full of arrows!
Drops to the floor, and that kind of like there's a voice in the wood, a better rebel than you ever were. As in, it seems like whoever they were with, whoever they were the leaders of these people in the woods, and they've chosen to shoot your dad.
Oh, okay, rather
because-
than me, right?
Yeah, because you're clearly more of a rebel than he is.
Yeah.
And you walk away for the woods.
I've got this axe.
Yeah, you got. Look, you look awesome.
Yeah, very close.
Great.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, cool.
We're approaching the end of the adventure. Like you want to imagine panning down from the forest, and our people are heroic adventurers. Heroic in quotation marks. Slightly gore-splitted, gothy. Well, you're pretty heroic.
goth.
Yeah, you're pretty gothy. You are anti-heroes.
Yeah.
Crash down this road. These images of glamour and liquidness and black, and this tiny little rabbit being held in your hand. As a kind of the weird grey
What
snacks.
do the rats think of the rabbit?
Yeah.
We'll discover.
Oh, what does that mean?
As we kind of, as you get there, you hear there's a sound of battle ahead. When you get near the tower, you see what's going on. Like the tall tower punching up, like this university. It sort of merged into fantasy versus university. It's kind of that kind of molten architecture. Steps on the way up, leading up towards the archetypal wizard's room at the top, and there's blasts of fire coming from there, trying to drive off something horrific. It's an enormous, a Tremors-style worm bursting out the ground. But the weird, awful bit is it's merged with a hospital bed, so it's it's a worm that's part of the bed, and emerging from the top of the worm is Max's mum.
Like to scale?
Yeah, to scale she's enormous.
Woo,
She's
boy.
literally like Tremors monster style, eyes wide as an undead creature with big teeth, trying to attack the castle with blood pouring down her mouth, like that awful image you gave us earlier. They don't appear to be interested in you. They appear to be fighting whatever's at the top of the castle.
So
what do you do apart from
by
call a
there's
therapist?
one of these things, right?
Yeah, one of these things,
Okay,
and it's
sure.
enormous.
Yeah.
I'd say apart from calling for a new therapist, what do you do now? But you do have a way inside the castle if you want to just run there.
Yeah, that seems like a really sensible option. It seems like it's on our side, in that it's fighting whatever's here, presumably Duncan. How far I can use fair gold to boost my weapons, right, and boost my gifts?
Yeah.
How much?
Depends what you say. Basically, basically we haven't done much about the hire. You've used the miracle mechanic, and also you've used the compels. What your ability is, the nearer you get the normal stuff, then you basically say what you want to do with your weapon or gift. It's called overcharging, and I give a cost.
Okay.
So it's that kind of it's like you tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you how much I'll pay for it.
Well, unfortunately, I only have one coin, and I want to cut down this tower.
Well, if you do that, I think. I think the rule of cool.
No, I
like
spent
that
one.
Yeah. You use one to turn stuff on. I'm going to give you that for the sake of this argument. In this world, since gold is rare, effects are expensive. So
Okay,
I think
sure.
you can cut down this tower if you want.
Yeah, sure. I think that'll solve this.
Are you going to do this without mentioning this to anybody, or just you can run up and do it?
I feel like we're both just kind of looking at you
Yeah. Basically, I don't want to go up there. So if I can bring the wizard to me, rather than having to go and engage with my nightmare mother,
That checks out.
then maybe we can resolve this.
That sounds fantastic.
So yeah, the fool's got the gold goes in the back of my neck, and there's the sort of arcadey sound powering up, and then I'm just like gone, and there's this.
You got to roll first.
Oh God, sorry.
Yeah.
Of course. Yes, I remember.
No, you don't. What you do is this one is very simple. You roll a d10. If you roll anything that's odd, it works. If you roll anything even, it works. But I get to complicate things.
Gotcha.
So it's like it's 1 or 0. That's how the fair work.
So I'm looking for odd. Well, what goes wrong?
Well, no, you tell me what goes right.
Okay,
then
cool.
I'll have the complication.
Yeah. So just sort of like blink appear behind there, and then there's this it's like.
Of course.
Nice.
A bit like Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, that sort of thing, and the tower like and starts falling.
That's fantastic.
And what goes wrong?
I reckon I'm gonna keep this. This is the classic one because it's not really. Oh, your suit powers down. You'll use your remaining charge.
I used my axe.
Yeah. So the axe
cool.
now stops glowing.
Yeah.
So you'll need another gold to turn it on.
It's just a stick.
It goes to charge depleted.
Yeah. Well, fair.
That is that kind of moment.
That's
It's like,
pretty big.
Yeah.
Crunch,
worth it.
crashes the down. Up the top, Duncan comes tumbling out. Says, "I can't fight it alone. I can't fight it alone."
What? I thought.
What have you done?
Is
What
this
have you
your
done?
thing?
You're not supposed to fight it.
I've got to stay. We have to stay here. You pick him up and you can't. Yeah.
Because we're about the same height in game, I think, right? Okay.
I think you're more of a fighter class as well. I think you've got the,
Yeah.
You pick it. I can't breathe.
Cheer him up.
I can't breathe.
What, me? Oh, okay. And she'll just start singing.
He stops and says, "Can't breathe," and then he does something. His eyes kind of roll up and back in the head, and he says, "Let's be civil here." And I'm playing it. This is a cheat. Like he's spending cheat tokens, which is his resource, which allows him to basically cheat. And suddenly, everyone's sitting on a table, around a table like this, and with their coffees as brought from Starbucks in front of you. It says, and exactly the table you would have had if you were playing back at school. And it says, "If we're going to do this, let's do it civilized. Let's do it grown up like children."
Grown.
You.
Wait, you just ran away from us. You just brought us here and then ran away. You can't.
Now
tell
you're
us what
deciding to
means-
be civilized.
Well, you were fucking. Sorry. You were choking me.
You summoned me into a world where my mother is a maggot dragon.
I didn't know it would be like this. I didn't know it would work. Would you think this works?
We can all go home right now. You know that, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's all go home.
Why
You
would-
don't have to kill it.
Why would we go home?
Why would we go home? Because my mother in the form of a maggot dragon is currently trying to kill all of us.
It's probably it's a metaphor.
They're all metaphors, Duncan.
It's like, and he's about to say this, and he realises he's about to. And actually, no, I'm just going to say it. It's like it's because if you stay here, it's going to kill your mum. That's what it's a metaphor for. No, I shouldn't have said that. I know. It makes me.
You can't say things like that.
That's
what are you
not.
doing?
You're not bringing us round.
Like, I can't do this alone. I'm no good without people. I can't
do this without you. Let's go home.
You two don't want to go here. And you're not tugging rabbit
Are the rabbits here in the dream?
No, not dream. You're still in the woods.
Oh, sorry.
It's literally, it's just suddenly that in the woods. Sorry, I should have mentioned.
Has she got a little character sheet?
Oh.
Well, die stats come in. We know how die stats
Oh, it's 2.
work.
Yeah, sorry.
Like, if we're playing a campaign, we should completely become a random character people could be because we move. Anyway, chugs your hand. Please stay.
I've got to go and write your adventure.
It's just okay. You promise.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, like we've got to
And
go.
it's like- and
Even
it's
the rabbit
like-
wants us to go.
You had so much potential. You know what it's like. I wanted to be everything you are. You know, I don't want my camera, not on my face, but like, I wanted to, that. I wanted my life, my past to be, and I can't do it. I can't
not
do
all
it.
it's cut out to be, and there's.
Really?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's honestly, it's not my dream.
I'm about to do this Kickstarter, and it's just not going to work. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's not going to work if you stay here.
I know, but then Shadowlands could be real. We can see it wouldn't have like maggoty mothers if we were working this together. Like, I really need you, and I haven't really been like right for a long time.
Maybe you should have said that when we first started, rather than running away and then making us face all of this stuff and like do some pretty wild things that we're gonna have to like think about for a long time, forever now, and like maybe never sleep again.
It's a lot of trauma that's been wrapped up in this one little.
Maybe you could have just. You could have spoken to us, but I guess that's rich for me to say that. But We can't stay here.
Oh, so how are you feeling, JJ?
JJ's conflicted. JJ wants to stay here, but she'd never admit it.
Oh, that's great. I love that. And is JJ not even going to mention she's just going to squash it down?
Yeah, no, she's just like she does with everything. She just is going to squash all of her feelings down and do what's best for everyone else.
I love that. Oh my god, I'm going to have to do this because everyone seems to lean, and it's like I can't. I mean, you know the rules, and the sky's shaking again. Like
we can play games.
We can play non-magical games, don't we?
Like
it felt real, like when we used to play, and it felt so real, and that was great, and we could all just be ourselves and have fun.
I thought this is what you all wanted. Like I know all your lives.
You could have asked us what we wanted.
I don't know if I would believe me. I mean, nothing I've ever put together has ever worked like this. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have done this.
Yeah.
I know.
How would we want this?
And literally, this looming, this conversation is quite tender conversation on a table, and behind literally is looming this monstrous creature beyond imagining.
I'm really trying not to look.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As we're doing this, it's like voices all chittering before in your ears.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to leave without paying off your debts?
Oh.
What do you want from me?
We want sacrifices.
A sacrifice? Like big worm creature?
No, we prefer like more softer, kinder creatures.
I'm not looking at her. I do not see her. I don't see her.
Your hands, the rabbit's tugging at your hand.
I don't have anything. I don't know what you mean. I don't know. There's nothing like that.
You know what we mean.
I'm like looking around for like
there's
like probably like I don't know. There's like squirrels in this wood. We could kill a squirrel in here somewhere.
A knife appears in your hand. A glowing ritual knife.
What's that?
What's
What's that? Why do you have to kill us? What are you doing?
Blood for blood. Blood for blood. Blood for blood. You hear the ratty voices chanting in your ears.
Can we hear the ratty voices chanting out of our ears?
Not to begin with, but the more it goes on, the louder it gets, the more you can, and suddenly, like you can imagine all the wood life, all the shall we say the bad evil wood life, chanting blood for blood as it echoes around you.
The evil squirrels.
Yeah, the evil squirrels, the grey squirrels. It's pretty awful. Like it sounds utterly terrifying.
She'll grab the knife and she'll let go of Primrose and she'll slam her hand down and stab her hand.
Fantastic. Take 2 wounds. So you're down to 1 wound. You're really badly hurt.
Okay.
So like it's one a bit like she drops, and you know when people look ill. Like you're kind of like really kind of bleeding and you're in pain. Stop for a second. Can you tell me the worst pain Pandora's ever been in?
The worst pain she's ever been in. I feel like maybe she like broke an arm kind of badly, like climbing a tree.
That's awful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you're smaller. I mean, like that's painful. But
yeah.
it's
and then she like fell out and she was like alone and like no one knew she was out there for a while, so she was just like lying there for a bit and she didn't know what to do. That kind of like.
It's like that, but worse, and it's real. It feels very real. And Duncan goes, "Oh my god, what the." Like no, and he just basically grabs the hands. The game is over.
The game is over.
The game is over.
The game is over.
And stop. The pain immediately disappears. Everyone is sitting around the table where you were.
Look for Primrose.
No, time isn't there. No time has passed. And everyone looks around the table. Duncan bursts into tears, collapsing on the table. And we're going to pause there and skip to the epilogues. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm going to ask each of you to select. I'm asking you a simple question. The question is, how's your life changed? What does this experience change in your life? I'm going to go ask each person in turn. Anyone want to go first? Anyone got an immediate idea what it's going to be?
Yeah.
I've got an idea.
Okay, we'll go Grant. Grant. Yeah, sorry.
Smash cut to 3 days later.
Yeah.
I'm waiting in my car outside Duncan's house in the rain, and I'm getting ready to kick the shit out of him. I'm getting ready to kick the tar out of him, but then I totally lose my conviction and go in and just talk to him for a while, and we actually have a cup of tea and it's better.
Yeah.
But like it's all shot as really intimidating, really scary, and then hi.
That's great, honestly. And like Duncan's in tears, and just because Duncan looks like he wants you to punch. This look in his eyes, like he looks like he wants to punch him.
Mm-hmm.
It's that kind of like it would be almost better for him in that moment. And it's weird, like you talk very And I think that's the big change. Like Duncan starts coming around to help out. You know, it's very basic, and it's not even like anything big. But you know, Duncan's part of like someone else to help with your mum.
Oh, okay, cool.
And like, I'm not saying your mum gets better, but it's better to have more people around. What about JJ? How does JJ's life change from this experience?
I think JJ goes and immediately has the chat with her husband that they promised each other. I think that they are in a weird place. There's no decisions happening just yet, but communication is happening, and that's a start. And I think that she kind of introduces her children to that she starts like her children are like a part of this world now for her. She involves them in playing games like that and everything. And she also she arranges to hang out with everyone. She just wants. I think this is it's a traumatic experience, and she needs she needs everyone else. So she makes an effort to reach out and yeah.
The image I want to get you is when you wake up in the middle of the night. One day, surprise! It's a very intense dream, and you immediately grab a piece of paper, and you find myself writing a song for the first time in years. You feel actually inspired and on fire, and you look it down in the morning, and it's still good, and that seems more a miracle than anything else. Over to Pandora. How does Pandora's life change from this experience?
I think she'll be reaching out to people and kind of semi-regularly meeting up with them. If they're she won't be only if you want to though, it's fine, you don't have to, but reaching out a bit more. I think she'll cut down on streaming time, and she will get a rabbit that she names Primrose.
Aww.
And she will sit with that rabbit, and she will try and write a bit more. Start actually putting pen to paper, doing something. She buys an old typewriter maybe. She hasn't
gotten entirely better then, has she?
Yeah.
You lug down to Starbucks.
Okay. And I think the final image there is that you late at night drinking coffee and trying to get this out, and you just can't find the words, and you're really tired, you're not sure if you're awake or asleep, and you look up and you see your little Primrose rabbit there, and Primrose says, "You can do it." And you're not sure if it's real or not. At which point we cut to black. And we end the game of day. We collect the dice in.
Oh, mine's gone.
Oh yeah, and I still have it.
The guy's fine though.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, that guy's fine forever!
Yeah,
And that's it.
fine.
Then we rolled the credits, and after credit sequence, that guy going, and I'm great! Thank you so much for playing, Di. You've been amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. Incredible.
Yes.
Thank you.
This has been wonderful. Yeah, so this has been a little sneak peek of Die. Kieron, Grant, if you want to tell us more about where we can find it. And,
Yes.
Yeah.
You can go to Kickstarter and search Die RPG. I think it's the easiest way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we have lots of lovely pictures done by Stephanie Hans. She's illustrating this entire book because the artist who did the comic. But you can back it at a bunch of different levels, including digital, nice, and then nicest.
Ooh.
And nicest is very special indeed. We have obsidian and holographic glass dice. So,
Interesting.
I mean, maybe by the time this goes out, maybe they've sold out. We don't know, but we'll see. It's very exciting, and it's been a real labour of love for Kieron.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years for you, and about just under a year for us, I think, and it's something.
It's a journey, I'm really proud of the game, and it's just very flexible. We've got in a state where, what we did here was basically the basic scenario of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So we did, and it's meant to be played across multiple sessions and all that. And this is just me. And people are aware that a lot of this seemed improvised, and it was, but it's improvised on the structure we've got in the game, which I feel most happy about. As in, you can do this at home. That's the kind of
I was so nervous to improvise a character. It's the thing I hate most. But I loved it. I instantly got into it. It was really, really well done.
All of you, and it's the best thing about this game. This is abstractly we're marketing our game. In reality, I'm sitting here playing a game and enjoying it. It's just fun.
It
counts as work.
Yeah. In a very real and tax deductible way.
Yeah, as far as my accountants know, this counts as work.
But
yes, please go check it out. Take a look.
The link will be in the description. You can check that out down there. If you want to see more of Dicebreaker, feel free to go ahead and like and subscribe. That'd be pretty cool. You can find more articles on dicebreaker.com. If you want some written TTRPG information. God, I'm so in character that I'm just like lost now. Am I real?
Hey, you're real.
I'm real.
Super important to know this. Dying is completely safe to play. Everyone
So
here is
fine.
real.
I am absolutely real. But thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a lovely day.